Faf du Plessis, because say if you get a decent score and your openers do the job, or your first three, as we all know, get the majority of the runs. I know it baffles me. Apart from maybe the overcast conditions, and it's a little soft on top.
Robbie and Danny, I look to my right, and I'm seeing the teams line up, which means we are ready for our anthems. It's blue and gold versus yellow. We love this rivalry. Time for action after the anthems.
On the field for tonight's national anthem ceremony are the match officials and the two teams. Texas Super Kings, captained by Faf du Plessis, and MI New York, captained by Nicholas Puran. Fans, please rise if you are able and welcome Joanne Paul to perform the USA national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
As is customary, the national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Fantastic, and we love it. All the various renditions with each person who turns up here to belt it out. There's a look at the standings. The Knight Riders up at the top, 2 games from 2. Happy days for them. A couple of wins for the Yorkers from 4 games. Who we have facing off today, though, is the Texas Super Kings against MI New York. Always, always, always a good rivalry, a big rivalry between the blue and the yellow. No different today. Faf du Plessis will lead his troops, having won the toss and decided that they would field first, despite playing here in the previous game and winning batting first after being inserted. Her first goal this time around for MI New York, who are a dynamic side, and just in general, as far as their franchise is concerned, they have superstar players and they expect big things from them. Malank Patel, USA captain. You have Quinton de Kock, a former South Africa captain. They will start things off for the men in blue, and we'll hope that they can start really well. Earlier this start today, because we have the doubleheader, and so perhaps an expectation that the pitch might be that little bit different. Also, we have kind of gloomy conditions, overcast, a thick cloud overhead with the sun trying to peep out, but hasn't managed just as yet. Welcome, welcome, welcome wherever you are. It is Cognizant Major League Cricket season number 4. We have MI New York taking on the Texas Super Kings. Match 10 of the 2026 incarnation.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Let's get it on. Oh, close. Got away with that. Emmanuel Lamba. In generous mood then, umpire Brathwaite. Yeah, Gregory Brathwaite is standing right now, is communicating. Oh, there you go. Look, I said he was generous. He wasn't. He was just having a look. I don't think he could quite see past the bowler as he followed through. So wide given. Just a little tighter, that one. Just on the inside of the line. The other one perhaps on the outside of that line. Confirmation to the teams. Texas Super Kings side, who won toss and decided that they would field first. Led by Faf du Plessis, Mukamala and Rousseau. And then Kumar Ranjane, Mulder, Ferreira has been so good. And Filioun. First runs off the bat. Scampered. An opportunity to say hello to Daniel Carr Morrison, who's made his way all the way upstairs.
Oh, I need a breath. Some of us aren't 50. Happy birthday to you, Pomster. Some of us are now 60. We love a milestone, don't we? And these guys love a milestone. Look at that backdrop here in San Francisco. We're at, of course, the Oakland Coliseum, but you look at this side in terms of MI New York. Oof. Chock-a-block with star quality. Of course, they had a good outing. They won comfortably in their last match. And a lot of their players have had some good time in the middle with bat in hand as well.
Bowling. A good length. Continually we say when we're talking off here that it is a whole lot easier from up here. But you got to kind of cast your mind back to the difficulties of trying to make sure that the ball is in the right areas with ball in hand. And the first couple of days you'd say that generally they've been, well, certainly yesterday, too many that have been too full. And expectation is that as we go along, there'll be more on what is called a hard length.
Yeah, just on that, Pom. Our camera staff are always busy and doing their thing. Little tacky. And again, because of the overcast conditions, there's been the odd bit of rain around, just a little. I think that influenced Faf du Plessis. So look, because of the overhead conditions, look, it is only game 2 after all here. So get stuck into it.
Nicely worked onto that onside. Proficient with anything that's on the stumps and that he can work onto the leg side. Quinton de Kock, been around a very long time. And yeah, he can be dangerous. Certainly has shown it over his long career. Gives impetus to the teams that he plays for and generally will attack and keep attacking up at the top. Up in the air and over, all the way over. 6 runs, there's our first one for today. 10 without loss.
Yeah, what a shame for Lumber, because it just ruins his over somewhat. He's going to get out of the over beautifully, and he would have only ended up going for 4, but it ends up going for 10, double figures. Shows you, not the biggest boundaries. We all appreciate that here for cricket. and disappears all the way. Q to K.
Ten without loss, MI New York. Inserted by Faf du Plessis. And he overwhelmingly chooses to field first as a captain, as Adam Milne. Will open the ball in from the other end. He's very experienced. In terms of numbers, statistics, Faf du Plessis is elected to field in 182 out of 219 tosses. That's a lot. And to give it context, other captains,
it's a lot.
T20's 57%.
And you're a lot too now. You know why?
Oh,
that suits you. And if I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. And I did. I've been up all night, Pom, getting this sorted. You like it?
get it out my way. Thank you, Dan.
50.
Yeah, 50. Raising my mic.
Your bat.
No, won't do that. Thank you for the gold chain. Did you get the blueberries and all the rest
at the
market today? Yeah,
how good was that?
Yeah, it started it off with a lovely walk with Dan. Lovely. Feel very blessed. Thank you very much. Yeah, we can get on with the game now.
No, we're going to eat. Do love a cake.
Yeah, nicely played. Yeah, Dan, look, if there's anything I will say about turning 50, about birthdays, is you got to celebrate them, because you just don't know. No day is guaranteed, no year is guaranteed, no milestone guaranteed, right? So yeah, and I say feel very blessed. I genuinely mean that. And to be doing what I love, it's also fantastic. Following this game that we love. Brilliant. On we go. Out. There's the first one. Manan Patel trying to force it over the top. And he just chips it really to mid-on.
And Adam Milne says, happy birthday, Pommy. That's for you, buddy. Nice and early. Now, just stopping in. There we go. Just want to have a look at this. Yeah, again, we know it's on the lower, slower side, this pitch here, because it's fresh, it's new, it's a drop-in. Remember, we only started here last year in Cognizant MLC, this incredible venue, and it just stops a fraction, maybe. And Manik Patel now doesn't trouble the scorers too much. He's gone for just two, and New York lose their first one, 12 for 1.
Ryan Rickleton walks out to the middle. Another talented, youngish South African. A really good player. Normally would be right up at the top of the order, but they went with left, right. In fact, they've got 3 openers really in. Nicely bowled. Seen a lot of sixes. Not so sure he commits to the full-blooded hit over the top there, Dan.
I think of Dustin Shunaker. He got out first ball last night and he just closed the face and just stopped a bit. And he just felt maybe it wasn't quite as smooth. We know it's not. Look, it's not Grand Prairie. It's not Dallas because of the nature of the different climate and everything. And so batters have to work it out pretty quickly. And you haven't got long. As we know, T20 folks, 120 balls, that's it. And so when you've got Milne running in at you, very quick. 2 from 2. That's all, 12 for 1.
Yeah, just thinking back. Oh, look at that Golden Gate Bridge. San Francisco. We're in the Bay Area here. At some point, we'll get across there, won't we, Tandem?
Golden Gate Bridge, make my day. Is the cloud going to disappear and make our day?
Yeah, Mr. Movies here. Banged away. 2 full. And every day of the week, Quinton de Kock will feast on those.
Hashtag gone fishing, because he's got all of this and thrown out the long line. It's a beauty. A little freebie, though, from Ferreira, let's say. Certainly is. Low full toss. Just a little flick. Easy as you like. One of the bigger pockets at Oakland, has to be said.
Ferreira, when he batted here, committed to going for sixes. And when he goes at it, make sure it's a full-blooded effort. Also had Hetmeyer and Marcus Stoinis yesterday for the Orcas. Once they committed, and yes, it helps if the lengths are too full and it's easy enough to hit away, but you must commit. Oh, hello. Goodness gracious. That is gripped, turned, bounced. Perhaps testament to the tackiness that Faf du Plessis was talking about. Good luck playing that.
And that's exactly right. Get your length right, your flight and that pace we talk about. That lovely flight and goal from slower bowlers, spinners. If they get that right, that trajectory just drops onto a good length and goes.
Yeah, well, once you miss, you can disappear. Have a look at the wicket. Just where he's been. Get it away from that length. You don't want it too full. Then he ventures up there. Bowling again. Excellent length again. And that's what you want, because it'll be pretty tough to play. 20 for 1.
A little rip. Yeah, come in spinner. That's that length, that key length. Gone nicely off the straight.
Oh, went for it. It's a top edge. Thirds up in the circle, and so it'll just trickle away after it bounces to the fence. Fortuitous, yes, but the intent good to try and use the power play.
Let's hear it for New York. What a tune. Oh, I love being here in the US of A for the tunes, and a flashing blade as well from Rickleton or Quinton de Kock. That'll feel good here for Rickleton, just to get some runs again on the ball. Look, he's 5 from 6. He's gobbled up and over already.
Oh, how full is that? That's the question. From over the wicket to the lefty, It's got to be full and sort of swinging back. That's always the question. They think it's full enough. Also the issue of just getting a scratch on it. It sounded like it was pad, but we'll see.
TV umpire director, we've got an LBW review. It's been given not out on field. I've checked the feet for fair delivery. Not on the front on, please. Okay, the ball goes close to the back. Can we go through to ultra edge? See if there's any bat involved, please. Roll it through the gap there on the left-hand side as it rolls through, so there's no bat involved. We can go to ball tracking when it's available, thank you. Coming up now, pitching in line, impact in line, and wickets is hitting, so the review is retained. I'll have to get you to change your decision to out. I'll let you know when you're on screen. Signal now.
Margins, oh, so good. Just in line. And it pitches just on leg stump. That's what they would have been asking themselves. That's what the ump would have been asking himself as well. And so up we went to check. And TSK strike again. Ryan Rickleton gone for 5. MI New York 24 for 2. .24 for 2. MI New York. And TSK roundabout now. Be very happy with having decided to bowl first. Here's Tajinder Singh. He walks in pretty early. Not quite managed to get away. MI New York just 24 on the board, going just over 7s. He'll face up to Adam Milne, who has been the potent one. On the money once again. Been so good, Milne, to get things started.
Yeah, you called it, birthday boy. They were just wondering whether that pitched on leg stump. And it did just. That's why Milne was doing this and testing his lungs out early. Just watch it there. The remitly speedy delivery. Then you got a bit of the VTEX review. It's all happening here at the Coliseum on a Fab Friday. And it's gone the way of TSK. Let's get on it, he says, and is Milne.
Oh. Worked onside. Yeah, I'll give him his mids, peeps, don't worry. Once we've done with our stint, he'll
Haven't had any cake yet.
Oh goodness, that'll make you worse.
Hoorah! A little blackberries, a bit of fruit I threw in this morning from the markets. We've been busy.
Some cherries, some strawberries.
Top.
Here's something to work with for the bowlers, and thus far Milne has accepted that. Bowled a good pace and has hit good lengths. Right on target a second time. A second strike. Excellent over. Started with a 4, went for just 5 and got the wicket as well. 25 for 2.
Extra batter for MI New York today. Rickerton in for Shepherd. Something interesting about that we'll get to a bit later on. But lovely day in San Francisco for the Birds. And if you like the cold weather, for you as well. This man will bring heat. Amshi De Silva, 4 for 28. His best figures a couple days ago at this very ground on this surface. In the Lexus Powerplay. Deep square, long on.
He'll actually like bowling on this track here, because it's a kind of track where it keeps low, and he's also a skiddy customer. So because there's not much bounce on this wicket, he's rushed batters for time and has gotten them out by virtue of doing that. So Amshi De Silva will certainly be a handful on this track, and if he's going to be accurate, he can cause issues aplenty for MI New York.
Box office.
He was absolutely on the money, wasn't he? Just hit the right areas. What a stunner that was from Faf. Again, just stump to stump. Paid rich dividends for the discipline he exercised in that game.
I think better than the deliveries is his celebration, Robbie. That Sri Lankan roar, love it.
Yeah, it's nice, right? Generally, you see the Sri Lankan fast bowlers a little circumspect with their celebrations. It's good to see a little bit of gumption from the fast bowlers, and he's in the remontly leading wicket takers here, third right now after Jasdeep and Bartman. Can quickly go up that shot.
It raced past Ferreira at extra cover. Would have been another screamer had it been taken, but nice for Tajinder Singh to get started.
And that's exactly where you want to play if you're batting here on this track. You want to hit down the V. Quick delivery, pitch right up, and just timed it so well. Got great hands, Tajinder. Played through the line of that ball.
Israeli Rousseau at extra cover. They know that's a strong area for him, so he's in a catching position alongside Ferreira at cover. Interesting that delivery as well. The success he had a couple of days ago, Robbie, was with the wobble seam. He looked like he's actually trying to shape the ball away from the right-hander.
Yeah, it certainly seems like that, and he's actually bowling fuller lengths for some reason. On this kind of track, you want to hit more back of a length, try and hit the top of the off stump, which is what he was doing in the previous game. Kind of forces the batters to kind of play a little bit more on the front foot. Generally, when you hit that kind of length, the batters tend to hang back a little bit. But with his pace and his skiddiness, force the batters to make an error.
Interesting though, Nicholas Pooran, yet pretty much from the inception of this tournament, he's batted 3 for MI New York. Opened on a couple of occasions as well, but to maintain or to actually create the left-right combination after Rickerton's departure, they sent Tajinder Singh.
Yeah, it's teams like this, left-right combinations.
He went for the Yorker again. Decent over to start from De Silva. 32 for 2. Four options used for Faf du Plessis' Super Kings, team that has not lost a game here at the Coliseum. 3-0 last year, and then of course won the first one this season against the home team, the Unicorns. And we'll see the fifth bowling option now introduced in Hardest Valoon. 1 wicket in each of the 3 games so far this season. Pace off to start.
That's the kind of length you want to bowl. It's back of a length. Ask the right questions on this kind of a track. Ball's keeping low, forcing the batters to hit down the ground. You can't hit across the line. Someone like Filion, who hits the deck hard. That's the right length.
There's a deep square and a deep point in the Lexus power play on the boundary. Just gets it over that boundary rope, and maybe now bringing confidence to Jinder Singh.
Yeah, if you want to go for the big runs, and that's the way to do it. Go straight down the ground, stay in the V. See him walking towards the ball, staying right on top of it and timing it with precision. 213 feet 6. Certainly went a long way up, but went the distance.
Many remember he got 95 in 35 balls last season. And shots like this is the reason why. He's the current holder of the fastest domestic 50 to Jinder Singh. He's up and running.
Nicely done. Again, the intent being in the V and to hit it clear off the 30-yard circle. Sets up on the ball really well. We're up and running now.
A couple of times he's picked Valoon up from that length. Does he go fuller or shorter? Goes fuller and is met. Capitalizing on that Lexus power play.
Yeah, beautiful shot again. Full toss this time. Tried the Yorker, but erred in length. Taken for full toll. The Jinder is making this look easy when he's playing in the V. Watch that head. Watch those positions. Really nicely done there from the youngster.
Under some pressure now, Valoon. 3 boundaries off the last 3 deliveries. Maybe maximize this, make it into a big over if you're Tejinder Singh. Into the pitch this time and brings reward. It is Hardest Valoon who's having the last say. Another big moment.
Went short, and pace off as well. And barely got any bounce on it. Like we've been discussing here. Not much bounce on this track. Tried to scoop it almost. Only managed to hit a short fine leg. Adam Milne was waiting for it. Almost like a leg cutter. He got in the runs. Just didn't get any of that on that ball. Filion venting his frustration there. Jinder goes for 22 of 10. MI 49 for 3.
Captain Nicholas Puran is in, got a 50 against them. A couple of days ago, got a 50 last year in Dallas against this opposition. Into the pitch and quick rushed him. And I had to say he had the last say, not last laugh, because he wasn't laughing here. That was vicious from Balloon. Last ball of the over. Never mind. One thing I'm looking at today, Robbie, is do they go short to Puran with guys like Balloon, Milne later on, and the pace of the Silva, because you were there at the IPL in India when teams use that ploy.
Well, you can go short on this track, especially because there's not enough bounce in this track. So it's going to put a seed of doubt in the batter's head. So it's not a bad option at all on this track.
There's that length. 50 for 3 after the Lexus power play.
Here at the Oakland Coliseum, there's plenty of folks coming in for the first and maybe for a couple more times. But my man here, Mark, you've got the South Africa T20 cap on, so you've seen cricket before, haven't you?
That's right. I said I went to the World Cup in Nassau a couple of years ago, and then in Florida last year. So
and how did you find cricket?
I used to live in South Asia, so I was in watched a cricket match on TV out in the just walked by and said, "What are they watching?" It was India-Pakistan. It was neat to see.
And now you're bringing it here to California as we see some runs put on the board. You brought your daughter though with you. Now, have you seen cricket before?
No, this is my first time seeing cricket live, and it's amazing live, better than on TV or whatever. So it's.
You've got the Freedom hat on. Why are you supporting Washington?
We are from the Washington area. We're like 20 minutes out in Virginia. So it's nice to be a local team, even though we weren't that great yesterday. But, there's always hope.
Well, today you're supporting MI New York, so they're staying on the East Coast with their support. But how did you learn the rules? How have you guys explained the rules, and how have you got kind of on the page to come and watch a game at the Coliseum?
Yeah, so we used to play the PlayStation cricket, and then so that's where we really learned the game and learned some of the rules, and then got into it, and then we started, really loved the game, and so we really came out for a vacation here in California for the cricket, the season here. Yep.
Well, we see another wicket fall here for MI New York. We'll take it back upstairs.
The ultimate all-rounder. He literally does everything for Ferreira, include remove his Proteas teammate. Huge moment and wicket.
Yeah, the undercutter, it felt like gripped on the wicket, pulled quick through the air, and hit the seam. A little bit of bounce. Queenie de Kock has to go. 20 of 18 balls. New York in trouble now. 52 for 4.
I think we can call Kyron Pollard an ambassador of the Cognizant MLC. Getting big runs a couple days ago in Dallas with 100 not out in 56 deliveries. Breaking the record, of course, for the most T20 runs. Yet to be dismissed this season inside the third game. Big job this though, just inside the 7th over. It was these two that won the game in the run chase against TSK. Inventive feel for, or from Faf du Plessis early. There's a straight mid wicket. Faf is there catching. There's also the extra cover. And square leg is in. Welcome and goodbye. Donovan Ferreira, look at him go. A Cognizant clutch catch to remove the pollard.
Wow. Under pressure. To be fair, the ball was in his zone. But to play that shot, first ball, didn't middle it well. I was too close to him, didn't get elevation on it. And the big man has to go. In deep trouble now, New York. 52 for 5.
Half the side gone inside the 7th over. Corbin Bosch got 31 against the Freedom in 14 balls. Need him to bat a lot more deliveries than that. They didn't bowl a single over of spin in their first game, the Texas Super Kings. Now it's Ferreira ripping through MI New York. 53 for 5. Corey Anderson still to come, but then you're into the bowlers. There's still 13 overs left in this innings, folks. Donovan Ferreira keeps sometimes, can bowl in any phase you need him to, and then of course his main discipline is obviously with the bat. He is Mr. Flexible. Here's Abhimanyu Lamba for his second over. Can you imagine he held on to that one? He really would have been Mr. Flexible.
A little away from him, Ferreira. They try. You can see it's just the kind of wicket where it's just hanging in the wicket a little bit, just kind of stopping there. A bit early discipline with your batting here. Gotta get in, give yourself a chance before playing the big shots like the Jinder is doing. You can see even this ball just held in the wicket just a touch. Unfortunately, there's not enough bounce on this track to even go across. Previous over, first wicket for Donovan. Pitched on the seam a little bit in turn, and this one pitched right up in the zone for Pollard to play the shot, but it just didn't get enough elevation on it. Couldn't get under the ball.
Just wonder, Robbie, if this game and what we've seen in these first 7.5 overs is instructive to the teams playing later on, because this is the first time we're seeing grip in the surface. Remember, no captain is winning the toss and batting first here. I think that's going to change next game.
Yeah, perhaps it will. It's the kind of track where, because of the overcast conditions, there's a little bit of not dampness, but a little bit of moisture in the track that hasn't dried out. So it's a little soft to touch, and you feel like the nail your fingernail can go in a little bit. Because of that, you know that the bowlers can get something out of it, especially if they hit the seam ball can stop a little bit. If you bowl quick as a spinner on this track and try and hit the deck, you will be able to extract something out of the wicket, whether it's a little bit of bounce, a little bit of turn, certainly possible. And leg, almost like a leg cutter, held the wicket and then bounced up. Got to get in as a batter. No free runs tonight.
That's why if you're Nicholas Puran, it is now imperative that you spend some time at the crease and try to get them to something competitive. Saw it the other night with the Super Kings when Ferreira, 92 for 5, got them to 160. We know that the stats favor the teams batting first here, so it's going to get harder. We think get your side to something competitive. Not going to be easy, of course, but he's more than skilled. Full of slower deliveries and that over. 56 for 5.
Well, a fascinating stat, that one, because trend of captains winning the toss and bowling is continuing. In fact, it's been constant throughout the season. 10 tosses, 10 captains deciding to bowl first. But actually, the results have proved a bit different. I have to wonder, is it a misnomer, or is it something that the captain's just reading a touch wrong? But this time, Faf du Plessis is making full use of winning the toss and bowling first, and he's picked up 5 early wickets. As I'm joined by Danny Morrison, there's been quite a lot of turn on offer, isn't there, for Donovan Ferreira?
Yeah, we were mentioning on air, and I was here with the birthday boy, Hami Mbangwa, and we were just saying, get that flight right, get the pace right, those angles, and that was a beauty. Going about bowling coaches talking about the top of off. Ferreira, in terms of conditions suiting his little bit of right arm off spin and the angles coming around to the lefty, he'll be loving this. And, it's going well for those in yellow, and I'm loving Alicia Keys coming on with a bit of New York and the odd 6 being hit. What do we had? 4 sixes. Come on, Alicia Keys, I want to hear from you again.
If you're wondering what Danny Morrison is talking about, the hometown DJ enjoying spinning a bit of New York by Alicia Keys whenever the men in blue pick up a boundary. We've got a big and fantastic Friday in store with the first of 3 consecutive doubleheaders. Lots of action across the weekend, and just half a stop on the bounce from Milne at backward point. He does well. Maybe 2 runs saved or 1 given away, depending upon how you look at it. Is it a misnomer, Danny, in terms of captains wanting to bowl first, or just it's a modern way?
Well, Pommy read out that stat. From all the tosses he's won, 83% that man there, Faf du Plessis. He goes, look, I'm going to bowl first. So he definitely loves to win the toss and go up front as a group and bowl. But yeah, we thought maybe, well, a day game and everything, but it's proved out to be quite a tacky surface with the overhead conditions and what have you.
Good over again. Just the 3 runs come from it. 59 for 5. Remarkable stuff from Ferreira. Man for all seasons for the Super Kings, isn't he? Done a bit of captaincy, has had the gloves at some points, and his off spin, the most economical in the competition right now. Alongside Adam Milne, very economical there today as Lambert returns to the attack. In fact, the top three of the charts, sadly, Andre Berger is going to go home. Lamba, the man who's got the ball in his hands, Ferreira, and then Berger. So TSK keeping things tight.
You're going about the ultimate all-rounder, don't you? And you look at Ferreira, and he can bat up the top of the order, but they often have him, so that floating at 5 and 6 because he can finish an innings so well. And then mentioned with the keeping gloves on as the wicket keeper, now as an off spinner to boot, so he covers a lot of bases, does this fella.
Saw that stat in the previous over, average first innings score 190. That's obviously significantly inflated by last season. What's a good score this year across the few games that we've seen so far? 2 previously. We're maybe looking more at 160, 170 being a really good total?
Yeah, I think so. It certainly will come back a bit. It's on the lower, slower side. It's still very cool here, isn't it? I wonder, coming back here, Lenny, for the playoffs, hopefully just the climbs and the temperature gauge and the mercury goes up a bit more than we're having at the moment.
Yeah, and I think the drop-ins will have had an extra 2 weeks or so then to get settled in. I'd expect higher scores in finals week, but across the course of this weekend, we got 6 games. Reckon we'll be on this pitch. Well, of course we will for all of today, and then maybe we'll have a look at the other one for the first time for Saturday, Sunday. One thing is certain though, whether it's down in LA where we're so excited to head next week for the first time, here in Grand Prairie where Dave Agnew has come up specifically from Grand Prairie to here in the Oakland Coliseum. Ground staff are our unsung heroes and continue to thank them for their phenomenal work. These venues they're creating, leaving a legacy for the sport of cricket here in America. So unique, isn't it, in terms of cricket? You need a good 22 yards, and that's certainly what we keep getting from our teams at all 3 venues for this season.
And it is a work in progress. It just has to be. You mentioned the drop-ins, and then they sit out the back. You think about all the climate that changes here through the winter and what have you. Then you've got to give it time here because, of course, the other big client that's here is football, soccer. Is here at Oakland Coliseum, so it does. It takes some time. Pitches.
Should be a couple. And they'll pick it up nice and comfortably. Bosch very capable with the bats. Got 5 legs all together, and this is going to be leg number 3. We'll head down with the first game on the 1st of July. Matches from Wednesday to Sunday, including on Saturday, the 4th of July celebrations in Pomona. 8 pitches laid there by that man, the main man, all the way up from the Adelaide Oval. As we're going to see the LA Knight Riders cricket field take shape. In terms of beauty, you won't see many more special than this one. End of the 10th, and it's going to be the halfway stage of the first innings here in Oakland. MI New York in real trouble. Players will take a drink. It's 63 for 5. Excited to get down to Pomona?
I have not been to the scene, if you like, of Los Angeles since 1990, so it's been a while. I'm looking forward to it.
36 years, Daniel. Well, we'll bring you back in real style next week for that 3rd leg of Cognizant MLC Season 4. There's the batting card so far. Tejinder had a bit of fun towards the end of the power play, but then he got given a big send-up indeed by Viljoen. Good stuff, though, from both Ferreira and Milne. Very economical, and 2 wickets apiece for them.
Yeah, win the toss. Did Faf du Plessis always? Well, 83%. He likes to go out and field first as a group. No timing there. And well, full tosses, you can't do that. You've got to make the pitch and play. Edge to 3rd, and then LB. Boom. Did it pitch and line? That was the question. Had to change it there. Rain Lindo. Can understand, though. I understand. It's tight. That's what you have technology for. But by and large, TSK have got their lengths right, changes of pace, and the spin's working for Ferreira. Viljoen into the act, spitting tacks and fiery as ever, Viljoen. And then it is the Ferreira show. First baller, KP. See you later.
Yeah, he was on a hat-trick, wasn't he? Donovan Ferreira. Big moment, that wicket of Kyron Pollard, fresh from that century in Texas. One man's hero, another man's zero. First ball duck this afternoon for him. There is batting to come, though, in the shape of Corey Anderson, who's been held back, maybe surprisingly. The Corbin Bosch has come in ahead of him. And I think MI New York will have to reset their sights. If they can get up to 140, 150, they'll have a fighting chance. Beautiful scenes here in the Bay Area. As we get a look at the points table, this is a hugely consequential game. Were New York to win it, Danny, we'd see just 2 points separating all 6 sides, and there'd be a real logjam there on 4 points with 4 teams sharing that. If the Super Kings can get the win, though, they'll move top of the table for the first time this season. You've been here all 4 seasons, Danny, haven't you, for Cognizant MLC? And I think of all the 4 seasons, this one already building up to be the most competitive.
And throwing in Pomona, as you rightly were there, doing the promos and checking it all out. So, yeah, very exciting. Just moving away, Florida getting a rest. Yeah, looking forward to LA big time. And we go back to Dallas, you and I, back to the barber, sweating a bit there profusely in that heat. It's going to get up to probably about 40, isn't it, see? And then, yeah, and they're back here for the playoffs. That bodes well.
Chip towards long on, and he comes. Does he get there? Oh, yes, he does. Riley Russo hits the green in celebration to go with it. And it's the big wicket. And Nicholas Poran, who's happy to walk off. A fantastic catch. Ferreira has 3.
Good stuff from Riley Rousseau. Another very, very experienced fellow here at Cognizant MLC. So Nicky P, he too, like his big brother Kyron Pollard, goes off. They're just going to check this and make absolutely sure.
TV umpire director, we've got a review here for a fair catch. It's a fair delivery, so we can go on to the best angle of the catch. Thank you. Okay, roll us forward. Okay, fingers are underneath the ball all the way. So I'll get my decision to the big screen.
And Paul Wilson up in the TV umpire's chair confirms OUT, that's out, and Poran's got to go for 3. MI New York in all sorts of trouble, 63 for 6. Well, is this the safety net for MI New York? All of his experience, all of his quality from New Zealand, all the way here to his new home in the USA, Corey Anderson. He's got a lot of work to do, but the best parts of half of the innings to bat. So he'll come into the crease at number 8. Donovan Ferreira is having a whale of a time right now, but this catch and this wicket, it was all about Riley Russo. What a take out in the deep. More turn on offer. Not a bad celebration to go with it, Danny.
Good luck, Corey. Welcome. Pitch that's just gripping enough. A bit tacky. Slippers in. Understand, might have another slipper. Just got his length beautifully flowing here, Ferreira. He's in good rhythm. He's got 1 to go for his spell. He's got 3 for 14. The part-timer. Or is he going to be a full-timer? So I don't like those gloves. Get them off. Stay off.
Going to be a wicket maiden, the rarest of things in T20 cricket. Brilliant from Ferreira. He finishes his 4-over spell with the marvellous figures at 3 for 14. It's 63 for 6. Really impressive from Ferreira. Certainly, kind of pace that he was bowling at on the surface seems to have extracted some turn that other spinners are yet to find. Really good stuff. It's put MI New York in a, well, a desperate position, really. Going to take on a quick single, du Plessis, and oh, this would have been gone. And of all the fielders out there, you would have expected to maybe complete this run out. It would have been that man, Faf du Plessis.
I hope he's all right. Diving around and throwing himself about. He's 42 next month. Faf, come on. Not good enough. Not even in the frame. Took the risk. Just been handed a stat that the last 16 wickets here have fallen for just 202 runs. Make that 203, I suppose. But really, wow. Very tacky today, no doubt. You can see that from Ferreira's figures. But the quicker men, just a little nibble around. I'm just wondering about the edges. I'm looking at Faf holding his elbow, and I say that because I've chatted to him at length about his tennis elbows over the years, because I'm sharing that with him. As you get a little bit older in years. He's had both of his elbows operated on. He's just giving it a little rub now, so I hope he's okay. The old warhorse.
Here's the wicket the previous over. What a celebration to go with. What was a fantastic catch, Danny.
Yeah, get those fingers underneath. I noticed the grass is longer here because of the football, so you can understand. Let's just check it upstairs, but Blocker Wilson, Paul Wilson. Yeah, good stuff, Riley. We'll see you there on the 18th, or maybe the 19th. Love it there, yeah.
Now, has this just brushed something? Umpire has no interest. Batter looks unfussed, but Faf du Plessis is the one that matters. And I think they'll throw it upstairs. They do have 2 reviews remaining. The bowler was convinced, certainly.
To the umpire director, we've got a caught behind review. Given not out. It's a fair delivery. We go to front on, please. Okay, the ball goes close to the bat. We go to ultra edge to confirm, please. Roll this through. Okay, we've got ball on the bat with a spike next to the bat, so we've got bat involved. Gonna have to get you to change your decision, Jermaine. I'll let you know when you're on screen. On screen signal now.
Yeah, confirmation. Corey Anderson, he's trying to become an actor in Hollywood. We're off to LA soon. Well, he played his part and he tried to suck them in. It's this one here. Just a faint one, very hard to hear sometimes. There's a breeze in here at Oakland, so I don't blame, in terms of Jermaine Lindo, in terms of umpiring, not giving it. So another see you later for a duck. Anderson, Blob City, it's 67 for 4 here.
Sonny Patel down at number 9. In real trouble here at MI New York. Great use of the technology, and also the captain trusting his bowler, because Lamba immediately turned to Faf du Plessis. Very happy Super Kings fans.
Lenny, it's 64 for 7. Thank you. Just correct myself.
We're spot on, and well, even if it was 67 for 4, it still wouldn't be a good position. But how do MI New York come back from this? Just a little tickle from Corey Anderson.
Soft, wasn't it? Because he was opening the blade. Just try to run it down to third man. Just watch this open blade. Just those soft hands, and he thought he got away with it maybe. Just, you know, a little look back and look around, and then he walks off to square leg. Are you kidding me? Can't you give it out now?
Well, now 37 deliveries without a boundary, and their lowest total of all time, MI New York, 88 all out. That came against the Washington Freedom. They're in real trouble, but maybe not even getting to that. Is there any way back for them?
Let's throw it upstairs. N-O spells no. Yeah, it's going to be hard work. Oh, that yellow and red camp clearly quite pleased with proceedings so far.
Clearly learned from the last couple of days where to hit on this pitch. Do your basics right as the seamers, you'll get good reward. 12 have been bowled. MI New York 64 for 7.
Change of bowler, right arm over.
Yeah, it kind of needs something like that, an escape from Alcatraz.
Yeah, there's very little escaping from this situation. That can be done here. Something phenomenally rare should happen.
Happy days. Oh, Faf du Plessis. The assessment to say there is some tackiness. It's a little more moisture on there than would have been ideal, with the hope that the sun would have come out. And because it didn't, just sitting in the surface a bit. Loving life at the Coliseum, and they'll be hoping from this position that they can drive it home, but you never know.
Yeah, it is a funny old game, isn't it? You never know. It's never over till it's over. Good pin on the button though today, TSK. Hit the right areas, the right questions. They've been rewarded for that discipline. It's been wicket to wicket.
Yeah, essentially, when you turn up, you've got to try and make sure that you're in the area that presents the most difficulty. Just didn't. I wonder if he didn't quite get the length there. Karen Pollard, good catching as well. Gonna help the bowlers, just a little feather through to the keeper. Also got to do that right. On another day, they don't go upstairs. They think, oh, well, never mind. But so convinced, then they decide, yes, we think that's out. Check it, and it goes for them. Oh, just gets the bat down in time.
That's what's so dangerous about Amshi Silva on this track. hits the right length. And first over is a touch bit fuller. Hit the right areas. Such a skiddy customer. Rush the batter.
Oh, is okay. Sneaking across, scampering for absolutely anything they can get. Runs have been so tough to come by. They didn't start too badly, got a few away. %68%. Yeah, 20 from 18, 22 from 10 to Jinder. A couple of guys that got in seemed to feel that they needed to do more. And in the quest to do that, lost their wickets. Then they were unable and have been unable to stop the rot. Look at the fall of wickets, and that's kind of where it's going to go. But 12 for 1, 24 for 2, 49, and then 52 on a hat trick there, 52 for 4 and 5, then 63 and 64.
Well, if MI New York get to 100, TSK would be and should be very disappointed, because they're into the tail right now. They just need to get a wicket here and complete the formalities. Projected score says if they go at the same rate, they get to 105. Go to 11, they get 143. Seems quite unlikely. This wicket's going to stay the same for me through the rest of the day.
Beautiful shot. Pitched right up. Comfortably eased over mid-off, was up in the circle before.
Yeah, you don't want to bowl there. You want to bowl the ball within the line of the stumps. Can't pitch the ball up outside the off stump with mid-off up. You're asking to be hit.
46 deliveries between boundaries. Just illustrating your point of the difficulty to get runs, not been able to get boundaries. Many have been getting out in that time. And onus is on the bowlers to be hard on themselves, to not relax in this situation, but make sure of the job. Get it completed, hit the 3 wickets that remain. If not, make it so difficult to get any runs at all.
Yeah, that's absolutely it. Make it really hard for them to get runs. And that will most certainly lead to wickets, because you want to get runs as a batting side. Let's give that a wide. Oh, not quite sure that's a wide.
You give him for height. Square leg umpire, Gregory Brathwaite, the one who signalled first of all. Good look from the side. Touch and go. Be more inclined to say it's not a wide.
Yeah, I'd imagine you as a former fast bowler would support the bowlers there.
You know, when I say benefit of the doubt, you batters, you like to say batting in the net, guy hits you. No benefit of the doubt. I think that's going down.
Those days are over now.
True. But even with like that short one is close, you know, benefit. And if there's any doubt at all, the side of caution is to say not wide rather than wide.
Yeah. 100% agree with you. It is 77 for 7 after 14.
At Major League Cricket, and we're on to match 10. Nearly to cover. Looking to force the ball through that offside. Once the bowlers have hit decent length, it's been very difficult.
It is very difficult because stopping in the wicket there a little bit, the ball cross seam, actually being played to get wickets, trying to get wickets almost every ball. Bowl aggressively as a bowler. At this situation, you even want to be a little bit more aggressive, perhaps, as a fielding side, to the extent where you can bring your mid-off fielder up, have an extra fielder inside the circle. You're forcing the batters to be aggressive when they don't have the room or the cushion to be aggressive. Especially when Amshi's bowling, because he's very disciplined with his lengths here.
Nice shot. That'll help. It'll go for 4.
A little bit of width presented to Sunny, and he takes full toll. Try to hit the ball hard. Timed it well.
Scraping away and nudging, trying to cobble something together. MI New York. Bosch definitely can bat, and suddenly with the way he's gone, able to just work it around, find the boundary every now and again. What's a good score, Rob?
Interesting question, Palmer. I would say about anything above 125 on this kind of a track. Especially because TSK's middle order is not firing, and they get wickets. If they get wickets in the first 6 overs, you can put TSK under the pump. And they have a fairly decent bowling attack to MI New York, so they can just hit the right areas. 125, anything above 125 should be a good score.
Still a fighting score, you'd say, right? Because it's not a total you'd choose.
Yeah, nicely bowled, 100%. Will be a fighting score. It's the end of the over, 84 for 7.
And I guess on from there, many times you work it out this way, where you say, if you said 125, we can walk off the field now, we'll give you 125. Do they take it? Do they not?
No, they shouldn't.
So is that a good score?
Well, it is. It's a fighting score on this track, because .125 will be a good score because it's a fighting total, and because of the overhead conditions, the nature of the wicket's not going to change. If anything, it could get tougher to bat on, and so that you want to get to that number where you fight. You know, and I think that feels for some reason like the right score. It doesn't feel like a wicket where the batters are going to get runs easily, and by virtue of how cricket's played today, batters play a lot more aggressively. They will come with that intent, and if it doesn't work, then they're going to be put under pressure. When you look at TSK and how they played in the tournament so far, You've seen that the middle order hasn't fired for them. They're dependent heavily on their top order. So if Riley Russo and Faf du Plessis and Mukamala don't come off, could be trouble for them.
Keep testing the same theory. I give you 10 more runs than that. 135 at this point. Do you walk off?
Yeah, 135 you can walk off. You can really kind of make a game out of it and put the opposition under pressure. Because truly TSK with the top being top heavy, and also when you see where else the scoring runs and you see Donovan Ferreira performing at the lower middle order, in between that middle order has not fired so far in the season.
Oh, nicely played. Soft hands, gone fine. Outfield very slow, so won't go all the way for 4. Righto, he's up and about, always is. Aman Patel, where are you now and what have you got for us, Aman?
Well, Palmy, I'm pitch side, just right outside the boundary. And when we think about this beautiful Oakland Coliseum, we think about all the sports that are played here. Obviously, cricket is the newest addition, but soccer has been here, baseball. We've seen roller derby even at the venue here. But I think what the coolest thing is, we were hearing from Danny Morrison. He wanted to hear Alicia Keys more from the New York side. Well, we've had concerts at this very building, and there's some big names as well. The Grateful Dead have been here on a back-to-back tour. But in my research, I learned the Rolling Stones have played here. And I tell you what, this ground is below sea level, and to hear them rolling around, I'm sure, Palmy, you've got some great tunes. How great would it have been to hear them sing you happy birthday today in the Coliseum?
Oh, the Grateful Dead?
Or the Rolling Stones, either way, whichever one. Have your pick, Palm.
Okay. I'll probably choose somebody else to be honest. I'll go with Alicia Keys, actually.
That's a nice choice. Man of good taste, Palmer's.
Yeah, and I'll go with Stevie. Yeah, I'll be going with Stevie Wonder. Sing happy birthday. Who else? Come on, give me more options.
Well, yeah, plenty of folks have come here. Ariana Grande's coming here. We've also had Green Day come here quite a bit. They're also scheduled to come back to this venue this very year. So there's plenty of options for you there, Palmy. So maybe during the innings break we can discuss and have a good mix of it. Close of another over here in the Coliseum.
Yeah, 88 for 7. Yeah, I'm sort of, Green Day, I remember them. Ariana Grande, I hear her. Well, probably more towards his age. Oh, man.
Certainly more his age. Green Day, I think, is more your speed.
De Silva. Full of pace, full of fire into his 4th over, and yes, the wickets hasn't necessarily come today, but his role valuable. Gone at a runner ball. Texas Super Kings have made sure that although this partnership is now up to 25, Danny Morrison, it's been very difficult to get the balls to the boundary.
Yeah, we've mentioned how tacky it is. Climate. Swatted. Snotted down the throat. Yeah. Couldn't get all of it. Got it pretty sweet though, but not enough elevation from Corbin Bosch. And Ferreira with a good set of hands. Takes a smart catch because it was travelling. Reverse cut. And he's such a class act. He's in the wickets, he's in the catches. Can't keep Ferreira out of the game. Oh, hang on. We're checking out a front foot maybe. Maybe a no ball, is it? Fielders. We too many fielders out there. Let's have a look. Umps are going to come together.
Yeah, umpires Gregory Brathwaite, Jermaine Lindo in discussion now. I think there were 6 fielders deep outside the circle. Who was the one that was back? Was it deep point, maybe? That was supposed to come in. Usually it's the batters that make the umpires aware. It's definitely for the 6 fielders being outside the 30-yard circle. Remember, you're only allowed 5. And it was Bosch as well. So from wicket to free hit. That, with pace, has come off the edge and gone into the boundary to rub salt into the wounds.
Oh, Faf du Plessis. Captain, it falls on you in terms of only allowed 5 outside the 30-metre circle. They had 6. Naughty, naughty, naughty. And then you get a free hit. So it's a free swing. And Bosch, you can understand the keeper was just sort of, he was going down the leg side a little possibly there. And it's got an outside edge. Raced away for 4.
Remember Sateja Mukamala with the gloves, Ferreira in the field, second choice keeper. Let's look and see who were the 6 outside the circle. Yeah, the deep point was back, bottom of your screen. They wanted that man to be in. There's a timely error. If Bosch can go on and maybe get 20, 30 more.
Well, you're looking at this, and can they get to 135? Something like that here.
Another one? No. And give credit to Ferreira, who put his body on the line going for the catch. Could have easily stayed back and tried to save the boundary.
Yeah, 100%, Nickel. That's what you want. I don't mind that. And the bowler might be a little miffed, but you can't, because he's actually played a pretty good stroke here, pretty handsome sort of stroke here, Corbin Bosch. Giving it some, and rightly so. Width on offer. He's not sure. Little skimmer. Yeah. Good athlete, Ferreira. Great effort.
Goes to the Yorker and listen to the roar. He is a phenomenal talent with pace.
Worried about a hernia happening from De Silva with the celebration. Man, does he shriek. Thinking about a remitly fastest delivery too. Wow, that is good pace. He's undone Bosch, who was no slouch with bat in hand. He's a classy all-rounder, is the South African Corbin Bosch, and he's been completely undone here by De Silva. Bosch goes for a good 24, not a bad hand at all, and New York are now 98 for 8.
Trent Bolt. Expect entertainment now, folks. Every time this man, in fact, not even with the bat, only. Anytime he's on the cricket field, it's entertainment. Another Yorker at pace, at the toes. Tried it. Well navigated by Bolt. 99 for 8.
Yeah, useful talent, no doubt. Amshi De Silva, 4 for another night here. And that direct run out. It's done well again in today, particularly a stop Bosch, because Bosch had been there right through to the end. I was mentioning, can they get to 130, 135? It's been nipped in the bud, as it were, with Bosch going. So 3 scores of 20. Little starts, but it's been tough going because of the overhead conditions. We know how cool it is here in the San Francisco Bay Area. There's been a little spit of rain earlier, so the bowlers have dominated. Everyone's been successful, in terms of taking a wicket or 2, or if you're Ferreira, 3.
Pure entertainment, Trent Bolt. Mulder's into the attack in the 18th over. And they're not going to use the 2 of Valoon, it seems.
You know, I don't mind this because Mulder is a pace-off, a specialist with pace-off and good cutters. And he's no slouch too. He cranks it up to the late 130s. So if he can do that to Bolt and put that doubt in Bolt's mind, being a tail ender batting down at the bottom of the engine room, he's going to find this tough going.
Flat batted for 4. Well done, Trent Bolt, to bring up the 100.
Yeah, it is. And they're out of their seats here. A few of the youngsters making a bit of noise for those in blue and gold. They're into the surface. 3 figures up here for New York. Alicia Keys. Oh, loving the tunes.
3 figures for Trent Bolt as well. 300th game. Gone up in the air, but will fall in between the 2 fielders. 300 T20s for Bolt today. Something to celebrate.
Yeah, just shows his longevity and persistence to Trent Bolt. I love it tailing in. You just saw the angle of the seam and what he was trying to do to get it to curve in. The Sri Lankan Lion, who's now an Americano. He got it in there. Hernia City.
I love that. I love the way he's playing his cricket. And Danny, we were talking about Ferreira being versatile. De Silva's shown he can be a real asset for a team in a few days. We saw him play a scoop at this ground for 6, coming in with the bat against the Unicorns. He had the best run I've ever seen in my life from the boundary, direct hit. And he's coming in bowling express Yorkers and can also hit a length. Lovely package.
Push Nakakara, I remember him. Sri Lankan. Sri Lankan quick that modelled himself off the great Waqar Yunus. Something like, he was only about 5'4", but he was sharp. Just shows you. Yes, height helps, and height helps with your Trent Bolt at 6'2". 300th match in this form of the game for Trent Bolt out of Aotearoa from New Zealand. Well done.
You don't have to add in that last part. Aotearoa.
Aotearoa.
We know where he's from. How many more can they salvage, these 2? And Ugarkar to come. 106 for 8. Also, Danny, Lahira Kumara, who's currently playing Test cricket for Sri Lanka, also very aggressive in the way he bowls. Different in stature than De Silva, though. Strong, but equally quick. So another Sri Lankan talent coming out of that part of the world.
The Lexus team standings so far. Yeah, 3 plays 4 at the moment right here in match 10. So they're looking likely. You just never know in this crazy old game of T20. You get maybe, what, 120 odd on the board, 120. So let's say it's 120. It's 6s from the outset. Seems easy, but the pitch is tricky.
Trent Bolt. Wow! Second time he's flat batted the ball. I think Gregory Bradford is smiling.
I'm with you, I just noticed that. Had a cheeky smirk on. And let's hear it from Alicia Keys. New York. Off cutter, Milne. The Kiwi versus his countryman from Tauranga. And got all of it. What a chunk of it.
Trent Bolt, Danny's got to be in the upper echelon of New York sporting history. Manning, Bolt, Brunson, he's won them 2 championships.
Yeah, New York celebrating right now. Those Knicks won that NBA, having a great old time of it. Now, those players, management, what a ball. Been a while. When was that last time they won it? You said it was back in the 1970s, wasn't it?
And you know, Danny, I was thinking about this today. MI New York are actually, the Knicks have got to thank them, because they won last year and almost changed what sport in New York was. The Giants haven't won since 2012. The Yankees since 2009. MI New York have won this championship twice in 3 years. So maybe, and then the Knicks followed, so maybe they're the real kings of New Yorkers.
In New York. Oh, the tune.
And news for the Knicks is that because MI New York have been so good for New York, we've got to get tickets, courtside tickets. We don't want anything less.
I'll sort that out for you, Nickers. It's all right. Nickel at the Knicks. Yeah, nice. Too easy.
Milne and Bolt shared the ball for years for the Black Caps. Now they battle. It's hilarious to watch.
You hear that cry of anguish from Bolt. Got that length, and another time he'll thick edge that over the keeper and go flying, and then Milne will be pulling his hair out. But it's actually bounced and zipped. It was a very quick delivery compared to the other one. This was 143. Watch him wind up. Nearly put his back out. Careful, Trent. Oh, a good bit of fun and a bit of byplay. Bolt as ever.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are being entertained at a high level. And Trent Bolt, he's entertaining MI New York and their coaching staff. Valuable runs.
DJ. Yeah, you guessed it. Miss Keys. Width on. Make you feel brand new, Trent Bolt, because you're a New Yorker. Yeah. Rolling on, and look how wide he went out the side. Next up to reach it, he did well. Well done, Trent Bolt. 4 more. He's zipped up to 17 from just 8.
Definitely wanted one for the over, and he gets it. His batting has come on a long way. I know we have our fun with him because of his entertaining personality, but Danny, in the last few years, he's actually done a lot for teams. And I remember last year, he got a 22 not out in 13 balls to win a game chasing against the Unicorns. In Dallas, it was, they were chasing 131 and were in some trouble. So amidst all the chaos, brings value with both bat and ball. Almost like you, Danny, in your day.
Stop it. Where's this going? We've got 2 to go. 10 off. It's almost on stage singing, isn't he? Cries of anguish, and been right royally entertained from Trent Bolt. Character. But this is good too, because Sonny Patel, he's on 18 and he's hung in here. He's got 2 boundaries, but he's a better striker of the cricket ball, better technique and all that. Fair to Trent Bolt, let's be honest. So can he get this away? Could this go for 4 or 6? Be very handy for the MI New York.
Bowled from Milne. 11 from the over, though. They'll take that. 117 for 8.
Yeah, he had a lot of pace on in that over with Adam Milne. The second one was 143, and he had a couple of changes of pace. That 4th one was 125, and then the 5th one was 142.5, and then he remitted all through that over latent, really, and just 140. His final delivery. Good work, Adam Milne.
Nosh Kenjige's wife, right of screen. Not playing today, Kenjige, but we saw him in the first game of the tournament for MI New York. For the last over now, final 6 balls is going to be Vian Mulder. And folks, they were 64 for 7 at one stage, so this is quite the comeback. Can they finish the job with a boom? think Bolt was just trying to lift the ball over the keeper with fine leg and third in the circle.
The Oakland Coliseum. Very iconic venue, and I think we started here last year with Cognizant MLC, so just the early days, the nurturing of MLC in this region. Yeah, LA Olympics in 2028, hosting some T20 as well.
Down the track, but straight to the fielder. The Bolt show comes to an end. 18 valuable runs, however.
Yeah, sighs of awe from a few of the fans that have come in live. The Coliseum here in Oakland. It was there. I feel he should have done better, but can't complain. He hit a six, couple of fours, very entertaining. Certainly was there. A little bit more as it was more of a pace-on delivery, 132. And De Silva, he's in the thick of things again. Takes a good catch. Bolt gone for 18 from a dozen. It's 117 for 9.
New York, 117 for 9. Can Ugarkar drive them to the finish line? 4 balls left in the innings. Can he just get Sunny Patel back on strike? Fielders up close on the offside, maybe to prevent that quick single. Does get it.
I mentioned this fellow, very useful in terms of pace on and pace off. Mulder, Bob Old. A bit of a chuckle, these two. Batter v bowler. Decent hand from Bolt down at number 10, 18 from 12, and very good. Elevates him to that 118 for 9. Half an over to go here.
It's paced off again from Mulder, and back of the hand. This is going to take some catching. Went pretty high as the top stand here at the Coliseum. Balloon under it, couldn't take the catch.
Yeah, very good slower ball. There's that deception, the disguise from Mulder. It's the release here, out of the hand. Yeah, back of the hand, doesn't arrive, and it's slow, and he gets right under it. There's Sonny P. Van Leeuwen, yeah, it was always just dropping and drifting away in the breeze from him. Tough catch.
We bowl that one. But you've known him to bowl the off cutter and leg cutter over the years, Mulder. It's nice to see this new addition now. Back of the hand slow ball that can sometimes get that dip. Nice seam presentation as well, so he's evolving. Still make sure these last 2 balls don't go to the boundary. Sneak to 130, Danny. Could be a sticky total. Another chance for a fielder. And this time dropped again. Riley Rousseau took a screamer. That one he'll really feel like he should have done better. Did it touch the rope?
Riley, dig a hole and hide. Mate, you got to take these. I think he sort of to freak out about the boundary cushion. He was worried about it. Yeah, he looks around and then, uh-oh. And, ooh, did that just drop the bottom there of the boundary cushion? Might be 6. He signaled 4. Ooh. Only 4. They gave 2, didn't they? And he gave 2. That's 4 because it went all the way to the right. But That one where Riley Rousseau dropped it, I don't know, we might have to look at that again. The moment they're saying 127 for 9 from 20. Guess who's singing again?
Give it a rest, Danny. Right now, they'll be singing MI New York because the law order has battered them out of a deep hole. 63 for 6, 64 for 7. They scraped their way to 127. Sunny Patel almost justifying his selection. He'll have some work to do with his leg spin, as will Rushil Ugakar, but something respectable and a chance for their bowlers to defend.
Yeah, there's those little contributions through the order. De Kock got 20, so did Tajinder Singh. Think about Bosch having to come to the rescue, but after Poran and Pollard couldn't get going. And then Sunny Patel not out 26, but Bolt also. Don't forget about Trent Bolt. Batting at number 10, getting 18 from a dozen. He hit those 2 4s and a 6. So that was very handy from him. So in the end, they're saying 127 for 9. Bowlers, yeah, I'll enjoy these conditions. Everyone's been successful. So look at that, 15 dots from Lumber, 1 for 18, 14 dots from Milne, 2 for 22, 17 dots for Ferreira, 3 for 14 the pick of them, and then De Silva, Van Leeuwen and Mulder pick up a wicket each. Rightio, we're going to go sideline to Imam Patel.
Here with Adam Milne. Want to start off with the score, 127. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I think at the start of the innings we probably would have taken that. Probably a little bit of a disappointing finish for us there, but yeah, we back our batters to chase this.
You yourself had 2 wickets. We heard Faf talk about the tackiness of the surface. How did you take advantage of it?
Yeah, I think probably the positive from playing the other night is that we learned a little bit how to bowl on the wicket, just trying to hit that hard length, let the pitch do the work for you.
You talked about maybe a disappointing finish. Did the pitch get better to bat on? Is it something for your batters to look at?
I don't think so. I think obviously a few misfields, a couple of errors in the field. That's right. I think the total's still one we back ourselves to chase.
Well done in the first innings and good luck in the second.
Cheers. Thank you.
He really is superb, Adam Milne. He's been excellent for them. 14 wickets last year, in them again this year. Right, 128 is the target. Will we finally see a team be able to chase the score? We'll find out in a few moments' time. Take a break. When we come back, the run chase.
Welcome back to this majestic Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. We're here in the Bay Area for match number 10 of Cognizant Major League Cricket Season 4. And we've seen a real struggle for MI New York as they battled to get up to 127. The highest scorer of the innings was all the way down at number 9, Sunny Patel, who made 26 not-outs. We get a look at the best of the first innings in this highlights package, and it was the opening pairing, the regular opening pairing of Manan Patel and Quinton de Kock that was broken early with the score on just 12. Patel hitting one straight to Vian Mulder. That brought Ryan Rickleton to the crease, who was the one change, and a decision that was overturned. It looked at first like it might have just pitched outside leg, but it didn't. Then the final over, the Lexus power play came, and Tajinder Singh took a real liking to Hardisville Yoon, but Yoon had the last laugh by correcting his length and digging it into the surface. And Adam Milne took the simplest of catches. Then it was all about the off breaks of Donovan Ferreira, who bowled ever so well, picked up lots of turn, and 2 wickets and 2 balls, including the big fish, Kieran Pollard, for a first ball duck. Nicholas Pooran also missed time, but a real struggle for the skipper today. He made 3 off 11. Corey Anderson was the next to go with a feather of an edge, again overturned using our VTEX DRS system. And that one was given out caught behind. And there was a little bit of fun here and there for Corbin Bosch and Sunny Patel, but Bosch was cleaned up by a pumped up Amshi De Silva, who continues to really inspire us and motivate us in his maiden MLC season. And then Trent Bolt had more than a bit of fun. I think he particularly enjoyed the maximum that he hit off his fellow Kiwi Adam Milne, but he held out to De Silva in the deep. And then there was a couple of poor pieces of fielding actually in the final over. Drop catch from Viljoen, another one down at long on. It's meant that Sunny Patel was able to get some late momentum as Riley Russo put down that dolly. The final ball of the innings went for a boundary. It meant that Patel ended up as the top scorer and gave MI New York that total of 127 for 9. For the bowlers, there was a wicket for all 6 that were used. And the standout, no doubt about it, the multi-talented utility man of Donovan Ferreira, but the seamers were good as well. Particularly, I thought, Lamba, who went at an economy rate of just 4.5. Okay, well, we're always delighted to have the most capped T20 player of all time here at Cognizant Major League Cricket. He's been ever present throughout. He loves his time here in America. Let's learn more about Kieran Pollard.
Pollard! What a way to go past Christopher Henry Gale's all-time record.
14,567 runs, most runs in T20 of the history of cricket. Congratulations to Kieran Pollard.
I've never been one to think about, personal records and milestones. Getting so close to the most amount of runs in terms of aggregate, it was on the mind. I don't know whatever records else I have. I am not too familiar with a lot of other things. I think the most important thing for me within a team sport and a team environment is to play your role and to win cricket matches.
From Tacarigua to Dallas, do you ever wake up and say, is this real?
Yeah, sometimes I do. When you look at the different statistics at times and you see different things when it pops up and you realize that this is what you have done, it's a surreal sort of feeling. Obviously you mentioned Tacarigua, originally from Maloney to, and you said to Dallas, but from Maloney to Mumbai to Adelaide to all over the world, and being able to, grace the presence of any cricket field. Did I ever dream about it? The answer is no. I still believe Christopher Henry Gale is the greatest T20 cricketer that have ever played this sport. The aggregate of runs, yes, I've gone past him, but the magnitude of what he would have done over the period of time is just amazing.
I think my favorite thing that you said was that you're not content to be here on the virtue of being a legend. You want to be here because you're performing, contributing, still winning matches for your team.
And for 2.5 weeks, I was pounding early in the morning because I said personal pride is more important to me, than anything. So I'm not going to come to a tournament underprepared and just say I'm going to play on legacy. I think that's not the right example, to set for the youngsters coming up. That's what cricket is about, and that's why you started. You started because you love the game. You started because you want to help contribute. You started that you want to have a positive impact. And once those things fade away, then it's time to leave. For me, the fire is still burning, still running around, you know, with the younger guys, and still being able to help them in different parts, I think, is what keeps me going. Having the opportunity to coach as well now has also tremendously helped me personally as a player. Like I said, I don't know how long, can't say, won't say, but right now it's just about the enjoyment factor.
Mount Pollard at the absolute peak of this T20 game and one of the true all-time greats. Wonderful to have him here as always. Okay, the Super Kings, they're going to need 128 to win. We'll have every ball in just a few moments' time.
There was huge excitement earlier in the year when the LA Knight Riders announced the Fairplex here in Pomona as their brand new home ground. Let's take you behind the scenes. Damien Hoff, the head curator here, and his team have laid 8 world-class pitches right out here in the middle. And we've got a massive oval, 65 metres straight down the ground, even wider, about 75 metres to the square boundary. The goal here from the LA Knight Riders is to leave a legacy of cricket right here in Southern California. Dharamshala in India, Newlands down in South Africa in Cape Town. You've got competition right here in LA. And we're all set for action. July 1st, the first game of this Cognizant Major League Cricket Season 4.
Well, that's where we're heading next. I was down last week to get a sneak preview of that beautiful new Olympic ground that we're going to christen at MLC, but for the moment we're here at the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum with Saitasia Mukamala, who's going to open the batting alongside Faf du Plessis. The men in yellow, they've got a perfect record. They've never lost at this ground, 4 from 4, as Trent Bolt takes the new ball. Oh, and an immediate edge and a scream of catch it from Trent Bolt with a high-pitched voice, as I'm delighted to have the company, particularly today, of Robin Utapa.
Yeah, Lenny, I see your sprightly self being extra sprightly today. 30 matches for Faf du Plessis, the highest run scorer in the Cognizant MLC. Yeah.
Why is that, Robin?
Why is that, my friend? You've had a rare.
You tell me.
Rare. Extremely rare win. Ireland beat India.
We can sing it together if you want. Ireland's call.
Yeah. You say it. I'll listen to it.
Ireland together standing tall. It might be the one and only, but we will take it. A famous win for Ireland in Belfast. We've done it. We've beaten the world champions. And I'll tell you what more, Robin. Convincingly too.
Yeah, very convincingly. It's food for thought for that Indian team. Got to go out there and figure out what their standards are.
I believe when the team was announced, the 5,000 or so fans that packed in to Stormont, one of our most beautiful grounds there in Belfast in Northern Ireland, they were so disappointed. An inside edge onto the inner thigh pad of Mukamala causes some problems because there was no Vaibhav Suryavanshi. Everyone had come for his debut. He might get it on Sunday. Let's wait and see.
Well, yeah, and it's obviously disappointing that Vaibhav didn't get to play, but you have to look at this ball again. Inside edge. Oh, that's got to hurt. Ouch. He recognizes a spicy wicket when he sees one. There's Trent Bolt. He will be bolting in.
Nicely guided through the point region. It was very, very tight and slightly overran it. Such was his enthusiasm. Tejinder, couple to get Mukamala off the mark.
Yeah, about Vaibhav Suryavanshi, Lenny. He has to replace the likes of either a Sanju Samson or an Abhishek Sharma. And would that be fair to them after their World Cup winning effort? I wouldn't think so. He might have to bide his time a little bit. At least that's what we're hearing from the coaching staff, the Indian team.
He has plenty of it. He is only, what, 15 still?
15. And he has got talent that is ready for the world to experience, isn't it? Such a generational talent. One that, as cricketers and former cricketers, we thought, oh, maybe he's one of those once in a decade kind of talent that comes along. But oh my God, he is something else, that young kid.
Good diving stop at mid-wicket does enough to keep it to just 3 runs from the first over. It's 3 for none. Yeah, and who knows the way that Suryavanshi's going. We might see him in LA in 28. Turn of cricket to the Olympics after more than a century. It's all about growing the game, and days like today, joking aside, obviously on a personal level, delighted for Ireland, but it's all what it's all about. Occasionally the big guns have to lose to help grow the game and get it out there to the wider world, like here in the States.
Yeah, it's insane for the game. I absolutely love it. You want smaller teams to have a lot of success.
Corbin Bosch will open the bowling from the bay end here. And speaking of smaller sides having success, you think about USA's most famous day. That was 2 years ago here in the United States in Grand Prairie, one of our 3 host venues for MLC, beating Pakistan at the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. That one thuds into the back thigh pad too. Tough going for the batters. Moments like that are what gets cricket onto the front pages. It was on CNN, on the Washington Post and the New York Times, everywhere.
Yeah, victories like that are great for the game. Yeah, went to the Super Over, wasn't it? And it's great to see USA win that match. And augurs well for the talent in this country. Tell you what, some spice on this wicket.
Yeah, the batters know it's not going to be going all their way across the course of these 3 days, particularly when you're bowling at the pace that this man does. A remitly speedy delivery, 87 miles an hour, 140 Ks. He's fast and furious, Corbin Bosch.
Indeed he is. Bowls a heavy delivery, doesn't he? And on a wicket that's doing a little bit, it's going to be a little bit of seam movement. He does bowl the wobble ball, so it's going to keep the batters sharp, honest, and humble. Interesting to see. Pommy and I were talking about 125 being a defendable or a fighting total. And the looks of the first 8 balls, it certainly seems like it's not going to be easy for Texas Super Kings.
Another play and a miss outside the off stump. There is a slip in place, Ryan Rickleton. Here we are. Another look at the remitly speedy delivery, rushing and harrying Faf du Plessis up at 87 miles an hour.
It is the kind of wicket where you want to get ready a little earlier than normal, because you want to make sure you have enough time to deal with the deviations that happen off the wicket. It seems like right now the batters are strapped for time. It's not going to be easy for them.
I think I might know what you're going to tell me here, but when you played on surfaces that were a bit more difficult, was it a case of attack being the best form of defence, or what did you do?
Now, for me, it was about seeing off that new ball, right? I grew up in the old school mentality, right? So when the ball moves around, they say, as they say in red ball cricket, the best way to play the new ball when it's decking around a lot is from the non-striker's end. So take a single, get off strike, and keep doing that. Do it for enough time, then the ball gets a little old and you can get to attacking again.
Oh, that's a beauty. Does everything but find the edge. Got to say as well, Robin, it's actually refreshing, isn't it, having been so bat-dominated in Texas. We've come here and the bowlers are really having the better of things right now.
Yeah, that was wobble ball at pace, wasn't it? You can see Mukumala being tentative. See, he's getting ready just in time for the ball. That's not going to help him play the way he wants to play on this track. He needs to be slightly earlier, get ready a little bit earlier. Sai Teja Mukumala, there you go. The corridor of uncertainty has been something that has troubled him quite a bit this season. Gotten out to the ball, just deviating, especially the new ball with when they bowled the wobble ball. Dismissed him a few times, 4 times actually this season. They're right on the money here, my New York.
Just and only just over the head of mid-off, who was maybe 3 or 4 yards inside the circle. Pressure was building up on Mukumala. Does find the first boundary. It's 9 for none.
Yeah, it's the kind of shot that you can free your arms on. But mid-off was the only fielder who didn't go back to the 30-yard circle at the last ball of the over. He's standing a good 5 meters in front of that circle. That ball, if he was standing at the 30-yard circle, he probably would have gotten him out.
The tall leg spinner is Sonny Patel. He was a fielder at mid-off there. Du Plessis immediately calls for the single. I just wonder, was it absent-minded in terms of not actually intending to creep in? If he was right on the edge of the 30-yard circle, this could and maybe should have been taken.
Yeah, just an error of a lack of awareness. You could see all the fielders were on the 30-yard circle except him. A good 5-7 meters in. He was on that line. That was gone for all money.
Pressure really building up on Sai Teja Mukumala. He's such a precocious talent. Played 12 games last season, highest score of 38. Did get to 36 in the first game the TSK side played here at the Coliseum this season. Couldn't get any more than that. So across 17 matches to have a top score of 38, that belies just how good he is. I've seen him an awful lot for the United States of America, and he's about as talented as has come through the system. Maybe slightly better at ODI cricket than T20I cricket, but he does have a T20I century to his name, and he'll want to really improve those numbers. He's going to have to up at the top of the order.
Yeah, choosing attack to be the best form of defense here, Faf du Plessis. It's just a matter of a couple of overs before the ball stops moving around as much as it has in the last couple of overs, but you got to dig in there to rotate the strike, play close to the body. The chance, see that one.
Yeah, that 100 came against Oman in Muscat, 48 deliveries. Straight to the field again. Anderson very close there to cover. Certainly someone who I think everyone in the American cricket community thinks of as having huge potential. Let's get a look at our VTEX leading run scorers. Tim Seifert still up at the top, only just over Mitch Owen. Some big names in there. Young Lehandre Pretorius, who we'll see later on this evening in the double-header. Loved every second of watching him bat so far this season.
He's been great. Lehandre Pretorius.
Edged away for 4. No real control from Duplessis, but gets reward for the intent. It's his first boundary.
It almost felt like the lack of control was intentional from Faf, because he knew that shot third man was in. Kind of threw his left hand into that shot, hoping that it would catch a thick outside edge, and that's exactly what happened. The intent was to hit it over mid-off, but got it over shot third man. Still does the trick.
Okay, this goes a long way up. Nicholas Pooran is running back. I'm not sure he can find it. And it's going to get to the boundary. Very difficult for the skipper running back. Going to check whether it's 4 or 6. Ultimately, Pooran couldn't rein it in. May well be a maximum. It's gone all the way. Would have needed long off to be back to rein that in. Needed that warning track they use in baseball.
It certainly was a 6. You can see it pitching behind the Toblerone. 6 it is. 3 overs down, 21 for no loss.
Wasn't necessarily convincing this from Duplessis again. Bottom hand style of Duplessis, getting it through the shot. Don't think it was quite out of the screws, but up to the shorter end of the ground. Got it high enough to get it up just over the rope for the first 6 of the chase. Bushel Agarkar will come in the first change of bowling. We heard from him in the pitch report, and he utilised what he was talking to Pommy and Bangua about and find the first breakthrough.
He's a good young talent, is Rashil. He's got decent pace, hits the right line. He's all of 22 years old. Young, came to America 5 or 6, 7 years ago, when he was about 16. And MVP of the final last year. Bowled a stellar last over. Defended 12.
Fielder in deep cover, but going to go wide and to the right of him as Mukamala gets it in the act now with his first maximum. Good looking stroke, a bit of width on offer, and capitalises upon that.
Mukamala likes that area. He likes it when the ball's pitched slightly back of a length outside the off stump. He frees his arms into that shot. Plays that shot exceptionally well. Nice, beautiful shot there for a 230 feet 6.
That will bring about a change in the field. So deep cover on the left of your screen there will come up into the circle. Remember, in the Lexus Powerplay, we can only have 2 outside the 30-yard circle. So he's going to go fuller and straighter and target the stumps. There's now 2 fielders out there protecting.
Yeah, it was more reactionary, that change. More from a defensive point of view. Big fan of bowlers being defensive on a track like this. If you hit the right areas, you will ask the right questions to the batters. They exercise a lot of discipline on this track, so not quite sure of this tactic. Got long on, Faf, and deep square leg for him.
Well, this goes straight up. Kieran Pollard, he drops almost nothing, and no way he's putting that down. And just to stare to the Super Kings bench as if to say, we're in this contest and we're coming after you. Well bowled Agarkar, he does have the first breakthrough.
Indeed, they are coming after him. First Cognizant clutch catch of the second innings. Again, stopped and then bounced a little extra. Well bowled by Rishi Lugarkar. Kieran Pollard cleaning up. Easy as you like it. Faf has to go. Goes for 13. It's 28 for 1.
Riley Russo into the crease at number 3, who took an excellent catch in the first innings. Did really well, and I just love the celebration that went with it. The big full golf swing, knocking it right onto the green. Fresh from a duck in his first innings here. Came against the Unicorns, and he'll want to make amends for that. Difficult conditions for batting. MI New York have their first. They'd love a second, and ideally a third in this Lexus Powerplay.
Yeah. TSK have been top heavy, haven't they, with their runs? So, on this power play to go well. Yeah, you just have to keep hitting those areas. Do that. You tend to put a seed of doubt into the batter's mind. Didn't time that at all. Faf knew immediately. Just watch Pollard's reaction. Ah, that death stare. Saying, we mean business here. We're coming.
There's only one place he was looking at, was at the TSK bench. Announcing this is game on in this great rivalry between blue and yellow. Gets us to the end of the fourth. It's a wicket taking over. 28 for 1.
The goal of Cognizant Major League Cricket is to inspire the next generation of cricketers, whether male or female. And to my left, I've got 3 aspiring women's cricketers based here in California. Now, the 2 on the ends, they're twins, all-rounding fast bowlers. I want to ask you, though, how did you get into cricket?
So I just watched it with my dad a lot, and he kind of pushed us into it, and I really enjoyed playing the sport. It was like really fun to play a team sport, and I have played sports throughout my life, so I really like to play sports and be with other people.
Yeah, brilliant. And in the middle, we've got our wicket keeper of the group. How did you start keeping wickets?
Well, like my dad, as a kid, he used to play with his friends as a wicketkeeper, and like I used to saw like how wicketkeepers used to like dive and take amazing catches and stuff. So that kind of like inspired me to want to dive and be a keeper behind the wickets, you know?
There you go. We got someone who dives around. And now one more fast bowling all-rounder, twin here as well. So you get in with your sister. How cool is it to play with your sister every weekend?
We're usually on different teams all the time, but it's like,
Who wins usually? Sorry, when you're on different teams. Who wins?
it depends. So when she gets me out, the next inning I get her out, and it's more like that. We try to get each other out, but then sometimes we're like, oh no, she got out. I feel so bad.
Well, I'm going to take it over to the sister really quickly because we have a great story here. Anika Kolan's been a part of our commentary panel the entire season. We're missing her in action this weekend. She's out to play cricket. She's still playing. But you have a special connection to Anika, don't you?
I actually have her gear. Her dad, I think he has my dad's contact, and he called us over to look at some of her old stuff. And we went through it, and I found some gear. What is this called? Chest guard, yeah. Chest guard, and I really liked it. It fit perfectly, and I use it, and it's like kind of a good luck charm for me to use something that another female cricketer has played and used before.
Well, how great is that? Anika, we love you, we miss you, and so do these women's cricketers here in the U.S.
Very nice, Aman and Cole. And Robin Utapa spoke about a channel earlier outside off stump. Can be a double-edged sword because he's strong there and can also be dismissed there. Danny.
They're loving the entertainment too from Mukamala. It's into his third over on the trot from Bolt. I don't mind this from Bolt. Says, look, it's just curving a little bit. New ball, it's just doing enough. You know, the wicket's just a little tacky and sticky and holding. So you can understand that. Bolt having his third on the trot. This means that he is threatening, and he has been. Of course he has. World class. He's taken a wicket so far. It was Ugaka. Get rid of the skipper du Plessis. Unlucky 13 for some. So now Mukamala has just got to take over, and he is. He's got to start. Can he convert and go deep with an innings of note?
$37 for 1. New York in need of wickets to try to defend. Mediocre total of 128. Ugakar, first time bowling in the power play this season. Already has 1 wicket. We'll bowl a second over now to close out the Lexus power play. We saw some intelligence from him, Danny, in the wicket of Faf du Plessis.
And you get that line and that length right. Caught on the crease, and feet aren't going anywhere, and he's stuck there on that popping crease. And he's tried to do something different and use his feet. Can't get going because Ugaka's in fine form. And then the dismissal. High on the blade, big bucket hands. Pollard to the rescue. Good hands.
And I remember a couple of days ago when the Unicorns played the Super Kings, Danny, and it was not easy going for Faf up front similarly. And it was actually the use of the feet that got him out of that. It was against Ghulam Mudassar and the Unicorns bowlers, Brody Couch as well. Nice adjustment in length from the young Ugakar. After 2 balls of coming on the pitch, went shorter, not usually his natural length.
Just there. I don't mind that they're from Ugaka. I think he can develop. Of course he can. He's only young and fallow. And so look, into the surface. Again, whether the batters have to adapt, certainly the bowlers do. And I just felt, was it Washington yesterday, they bowled a little too full at times. Just a little too full. That's all it has to be. And if you just pass that sort of 8 to 6 metre length, you get sucked in and go too full, then you can come unstuck as a bowler, even in helpful conditions.
A lovely battle going on, folks, between 2 22-year-olds that you think will carry USA cricket forward. Ugakar has been recently given his international debut. Mukamala's grown a lot in confidence internationally, Danny, off the back of the MLC. Been a project Mukamala for the Super Kings for a few years. Didn't play first couple of years, but last year they backed him. Played every game, and he's this season a regular.
And that's what franchise T20 tournaments are all about. You've got to keep developing the youth in the region you are, i.e. whether it's India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, you're in the Caribbean, the 100 in the UK, the Big Bash in Australia, New Zealand have Super Smash, and talking about changing that too into a private franchise league more. Excellent.
They'll be happy with this. It's just 6 boundaries in the Lexus power play. They're still in with a chance, New York. 39 for 1.
Yeah, it is in the balance of it. They'd love another couple of wickets. They would have, and the power play would have liked to have them 3 down ideally. 3 for 40 would have been great. So all those scores of 20, and don't forget about Bolt's 18. No one could get really out of second gear.
And power play done and dusted, and should be easy going for a team with 9 wickets in hand, and it'll be up to the think tank on how to try to get inroads. They need consistent inroads as well off the back of the Lexus power play.
Yeah, we knew it was always going to be challenging for the batters early on inside the power play with a new ball, but anything slightly too full, Mokomala and Buff got into it until that. Lovely back end of a length stuff from young Agaka. Got the captain and a couple of other nice strokes floating around, but by and large it's been tough going on a sticky pitch. It's just a little tacky and just holding a bit in the surface, but the sun has come out and that'll please the batting side, and that's what they would have wanted. Certainly when Fuff won the toss, said, yeah, look, we're definitely going to go up front as a group and bowl because of the overcast conditions, and it was 2:30 local time to start. Paid it dividends, 127 for 9 in their 20. MI New York, that's all they could muster. Time for Sonny P. Let's see what he's got.
Right on cue, the sun seems to have come out. One thing Super Kings will know, Danny, as well, is that today with the team that MI New York have gone with, Rickleton in for Shepherd, it's really only the 4 out-and-out bowlers, and they'll need Anderson and Pollard probably to make up some overs. Tajinder Singh gives them an off-spin option as well. So something to keep an eye on as we go forward through the innings.
I think these conditions will suit Pollard with his little tricks and cutters and what have you. Same with Anderson.
That is authoritative from 22-year-old Sateja Mokomala.
Yeah, it's a biggie. Right up there. Almost over the bullpen for the baseball players, over that sort of region. Sounded so good. Yeah, the biggest so far, 269 feet. 82 metres. Bolty's a bit miffed. He was leading the Sixers. Trent Bolt down at number 10. Well done, striking Mokomala.
Pollard is unhappy with the length. That hit could have been very interesting.
Yeah, everyone stay on your toes. You get a run out and suddenly have them 2 down, then you get them 3 down, and you're back in the contest. Yeah, Mokomala just past 1,000. Well played, young fellow. Plenty more of those, given the Cognizant MLC going forward and growing. It's a little too short here. Well done with the fielding. Good stuff. Teamwork. Keep it to 1. Just make it easy, fellas. 80 from 80, so it's a runner ball. Seems comfortable, the equation. But lose 1, lose 2, lose 3 maybe, given the surface.
Old is gold.
Mr. Bolt. Tommy Mbangwa. He's gone past 50 now.
Why do we think it's a bad thing to be older? It's a great achievement to be 50 years old, to be 60 like Danny.
Like 70 like Mod, our producer. 7 done, it's 49 for 1.
From the chilly morning to bright sunshine at the Oakland Coliseum, setting up blockbuster evening. We've got another game coming for you, of course. Tajinder Singh now is going to come into the attack. So spin from both ends. Does he get any grip like we saw from Donovan Ferreira earlier?
Starts with a short one. Bolt with the boot work. Speaking of Ola's goal again. Good stuff. And the FIFA World Cup on. Soccer City everywhere. You got those size 12 or 13 boots out. Loved it, did Trent Bolt. There he is. Get him into the All Whites football team.
Usually at short third, like I'm in the IPL, so obviously he's got to come here now and do a different role. He won't be too happy. Usually with bowlers 3 overs in the power play, relax, bowl 1 later, but no relaxing at deep mid-wicket.
Oh, and he's got through 3, hasn't he, Bolt? 3 for 24 runs he's leaked. But it's more pleasant, no doubt, with the sun shining here at the Oakland Coliseum.
And that, Danny, that decision to bowl both 3 up front, I wonder if we see similar from Puran in the usage of Corbin Bosch. Yes, they've only got the 4 out-and-out bowling options, and Tajinder Singh being the 5th, but they need wickets. So how do you deploy your best options to get you wickets? No point saving people for later on.
Yeah, I'm with you. And ideally, Tajinder would have liked to be up against a lefty. And Ferreira was. For predominance of his deliveries, he was bowling to lefties. It was Ferreira. There's Rousseau now. So lefty on. That's what he'll prefer. Just exposing. Hello! Oh, tight. But yeah, exposing the left-hander's outside edge there. That's what Tajinder was hoping for, more of that. But now he's straight away got off strike. So it's not going to plan that. Let's have a look at this. Just bunts it down. Had to watch. The cock is home any way, but yeah, look, it's cat and mouse and the flight. You got to get it right. Wickets have got to happen now.
Do you go Bosch next over?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, good call. I'd go him to get wickets.
Fast Yorkers. Decent over, but they'll need better than that. 7 from it. 56 for 1.
.72 from 72. It's a runner ball for the Texas Super Kings in this low scoring contest. And this man will be up next after the fireworks of yesterday. Brilliant 76 off 33. It's the San Francisco Unicorns taking on the Seattle Orcas. 6:30 local time. Oh, and the reintroduction of Corbin Bosch nearly brought through a wicket of its own. Very nearly. How close was this? Yeah, would have been it. I reckon he would have been gone, Riley Rousseau, and Rickleton knows it. This is an important over. MI New York need a wicket desperately. They've gone to their premium seamer. Nicely tucked around the corner. We'll get 1. Will Rousseau. Pami Mbangwa alongside me. Rushil Garkar's got 1, but MI New York need to find a way to get 2, Pami, before the Super Kings get too far ahead of this chase.
Yeah, I think ideally you want to be taking wickets regularly, because if you don't, I don't see a way that they'll prevent them getting over the line. So it really is about taking wickets, but a sort of strangulation on here with the difficulty to score. With the difficulty there is to score, you can create this pressure where batters then feel like they're going nowhere and then try and go for a big shot. So I think those have to work in concert. And they've got a really good bowling attack. Many experienced men out there, MI New York. And they'll work out that that's the way they've got to go about things rather than try and bowl magic deliveries.
You got to reckon this wicket, there's questions on it for sure. The Super Kings, even someone like Saiteja Mukamala, 30 off of 34, doesn't quite trust the wicket yet. You're not seeing him play through the line consistently. So you look through the bowling options. Who does Puran look to use and try to create more doubts? Rousseau's only been out there for 9 deliveries, so a lot of the hard yards have been done by the 22-year-old. Is it out? Is it out? They're gonna have to take a look. Tajinder Singh seems certain and will go upstairs.
To the umpire director, we've got a run-out review. Can we go with your best angle, please? Okay, can we just get another angle there just from front on, just to give me an idea where his hand is on the bat, as long as he's holding it when the stumps are broken. Thank you. Okay, it's behind the line now. Okay, thank you. I've got my decision big screen. He's in his
just by the skin of his teeth. Remains in there, Saiteja Mukamala. Brilliant piece of fielding from Tajinder Singh at backward point.
Yep, they'll need all of that, and this is what I'm talking about with the strangulation.
And more of it to close the over. Just 2 runs from number 9. It's 58 for 1. The contest that you felt the Super Kings would have walked through, this seemingly is not going to be easy to get over the line. So many bowling options here in Cognizant Major League Cricket for Nicholas Puran to utilize. And he's continuing to go with Tajinder Singh's off spins against the left-handed Riley Rousseau. He's finally found his radar. Tajinder Singh was far too short throughout his first over. But this is purely matchup based, you reckon? Right-handed off-spinner against the left-hander.
Yeah, think back to Donovan Ferreira bowling.
Has he found a man? He has. Mukamala has holed out, and it's the move to the off spinner that brings about the 2nd wicket for MI New York.
Okay, so think 17 deliveries without a single. Think also of those men that are in at backward point, close in, cover close in, mid-wicket close in, saying try and find a single. Couldn't get it away, and so in order to try and get some runs, looking to force it away and searching for the boundary on a pitch that slow, and Mukamala, who had been set, is the man to go, having been stalled. Now then, 59 for 2 And we've got a game on here. Drinks.
Host would have thought coming into the innings it would have been a cakewalk for the Texas Super Kings, but not to be. Mukamala spent the most time in the middle, but he's got to go. Just 38 runs for him, but Faf's only picked up 13. Rousseau 7 from 10, trying to build himself a platform, but showing that this wicket isn't easy if you bowl well on it, Pommy.
Yeah, that's been the case through the game. The hope for the Super Kings would have been that, having watched and seen what had happened, they'd be able to face up to these bowlers and do better against them. So far, they're not too far behind actually, because they started decently. And having started well, they'll want to make sure they can build on the platform set. Few deliveries whacked away whilst they kind of try to find their rhythm. MI New York. And then once they got tight on the stumps, it became a bit more difficult to score freely. And hence those couple of wickets that they have taken. There's the second of them trying to force it away. Just turning enough to get away from the middle of the bat and present Pollard with a comfortable catch.
Still very even, this contest. Super Kings, whilst they've struggled as of late, you still look at that equation, you'd fancy their chances in most normal situations. But MI New York has proven throughout the entirety of Cognizant MLC, they find ways to win from positions that might not favor them in. And it will take a bit of work for the Texas Super Kings to overcome an MI New York bowling attack that has so many options. Still haven't seen the likes of Corey Anderson about. And he could be very effective with his cutters and slower ones on this wicket. New man in, Milind Kumar. Saw him with a cast around his hand just a couple of days ago, but he's back, he's out, and he's got the bat in hand. And off the mark, straight away. They're coming back for two. This could be tight. Oh, needed a better throw. Needed a much better throw. Here's why Milind Kumar's in. This didn't quite get all of it, Mukamala. Looking to heave it. Like you said, Pommy, it was the building of pressure that forced him into that shot. Safe pair of mitts for Kieron Pollard in the deep.
Couple of steps and in he gets to field that at a straight mid-wicket. Square leg also not far away. Just you see those fielders in the circle are right in tight, preventing one. And so they're asking the batters to hit the ball past them to try and force it away. If they're looking to just nudge it, can't get a single. However, in the quest to hit it past them, then if they don't quite judge correctly with the length, can hit it in the air, can present some opportunity. So good work with regard to the captaincy from Nicholas Pooran.
Finds that fielder in close, does Riley Rousseau, to close over number 10, 62 for 2. These two teams have faced off already once this season. It was MI New York who went into the Super Kings home, snatched the win away, trying to do something similar now as the home side here in Oakland. Still incredibly even, this contest. that wicket would just help that worm plateau in favor of MI New York. Very deep batting lineup as well. A lot of bowling options for Pura, and like we've said, Corey Anderson now. Try his arm. An acquisition from this offseason. The former captain of the San Francisco Unicorns, picked up in the draft. And his overs become incredibly important given the two premium pacers today for MI New York are Trent Bolt and Corbin Bosch. They're going to need him alongside Kieran Pollard, you imagine, to have 4 good overs between them.
Yeah, I wonder. Sunny Patel went for 10. And he's looking at things and wondering if he can go to Corey Anderson and get some seam overs where it's been difficult for them to get the seamers away, and they've sort of tried to force them away rather than have to go with the spin of Sunny Patel. There's also the option of Kieran Pollard, who can turn his arm over.
And there are runs in this wicket. We saw for MI New York, they were able to pile them on as of late. You take a look at the partnership between Sunny Patel and Corbin Bosch. That was worth 34. Sunny Patel, Trent Bolt would put up 19 as well, 10 from the last wicket partnership. So you can find late runs, but it's about setting that foundation, isn't it, to make sure you don't need the late runs. Well, guys, we're down a couple members of the commentary box, and it's because Liam Plunkett, he's changed sports. He said, I've had enough success in cricket. I want to try my hand in baseball. He's joined the Oakland Ballers. That is the World Cup winner, who's now trying to become a pitcher and a right-handed hitter for those Oakland Ballers in town. I saw a couple videos of him hitting. He actually looked very good. If it's low and inside, he's got you over cow corner, they would say in cricket.
Hopefully he'll learn the terminology over there. Not that he'll need it, to be fair. Oh, hurry back, hurry back. Oh, I think that's gone. I think that is gone. Oh, what a piece of fielding. Turned blind, thought it was 2 from the go, and it was Pollard who managed to get across quickly and get a good throw in.
Can we start with your best angle, thanks? Bat sliding here, bat sliding, bat sliding. Okay, just go roll it back. Roll it back if you can. Okay, then yeah, roll it forward. Roll it forward, please. Okay, bat's over the line on the ground as the stumps are broken, so I've got my decision of the big screen.
Oh, survives. So close. You'll still think that's an opportunity. Just fumbles it as he looks to take it to the stumps, Corey Anderson. On such fine margins, games can shift and change. But it was really good work on defense. Picks up and gets rid of it. And it's straight enough. But you see they're trying to sort of adjust it to make sure he's got it. Probably he thought he had him. I thought he had him as well. And then there the doubt just sets in.
With all that, it'll just be a 5-run over, but plenty of action in the Coliseum. Close of 11, 67 for 2. Tell you what, I mean, the Texas Super Kings seemingly find themselves in more of these situations than not. They have the most runouts in Major League Cricket 4 times, and nearly, in our one stint, have we seen 2 of them from 2 different batters.
Look at that, neck and neck, really. 6 wickets down is a horrid start. So there was always the repairing of the innings as they went along. And here they started off, Super Kings ahead of the rate. Slowed down.
And if you're the Super Kings, you're backing the depth that you have. Still Shubham Ranjane to come, still the likes of Donovan Ferreira. So there's plenty of batting in the shed.
Yeah, true. I think both those names you mentioned, Ranjane and as well as Ferreira, key wickets. What you want, though, is some sort of flow in this innings, because what's happening as we watch this partnership go along, 9 from 12, is that there's a tilt in the direction of the fielding side. With the strangulation. Just lost his footing here, the big fella, and couldn't quite keep his balance. Oh, there you go. I'll put them flat on the ground as I go. Had to take a little tumble to make sure he was fine.
What did we say yesterday, Palmy? If you're gonna fall, fall in style. Cheeky from Milind Kumar. And he overrules the no call as well. So the comeback for 2, but nothing seemingly is coming easy for the Super Kings.
Let's take you back to Pollard. Whoopsie, whoopsie, whoopsie. Oh, I'm gone. I better just tumble over. And he'll get it back. He sees the funny side and makes his way back to his mark. Yeah, one sure step after another. Just talking about the tilt in the run rate. Rate required, rate achieved, shifting one way to the other. So now they're scoring at just about a run a ball, and what's required is 7 runs and over. So yeah, it's just tilting.
Just a single. Keeping things quiet. Tajinder Singh in MI New York. This game could go anywhere. 12 overs gone, 73 for 2.
I'm Liam Plunkett, and I am now a professional baseballer. Wow. One day, one contract, one surgery. Maybe that's a record. 1 day contract, Tommy John surgery. Fingertip. It's out. We'll take it. Just wrapped up a practice session here at the ballpark. Got my hits in, a bit of throwing practice, and also took some high balls in the outfield. Looking forward to seeing you Friday. Come along and support the ball.
Well, how good is that? Our co-commentator, Liam Plunkett, adds another string to his bow, and that's where he is this evening. The Oakland Bowlers are taking on the Yuba Sutta Freebirds, and he's going to be not just batting, but pitching as well. Doing it all is the great man, Liam Plunkett.
Wow. I thought that was a joke. Apparently not. I'm just seeing the schedule right now.
Oh, it is for real. It's literally happening this evening. So we're going to wish Pudsey, as he's affectionately known, well.
Where does Pudsey get the time from, mate?
Mate, he makes more than 24 hours in the day, so mate, he really does. And I tell you something, I spoke to him just before we came up to the ground today, he's really nervous, and maybe somewhat understandably.
Yeah, there'll be a little bit of nerves because as a athlete from another sport, you go in and play another one in front of people. It's give you the heebie-jeebies a little bit.
The great Michael Jordan had a go at it. He played some minor league baseball. Yeah, so here he is, great man, and the first ever, as far as I know, the first ever professional cricketer to sign a pro contract. I'm not sure how long it's for. It might just be for the one day, Robin, but no doubt he will give it his all like he does with everything he does, Liam Plunkett.
Yeah, he's catching with no glove. I have to explain the rules to him.
Does he not know he can take a glove?
Budsy, wishing you the best, my man. I hope you have a lot of fun. Enjoy it.
And I'll tell you something as well. If he's going to be pitching, I believe he's pitching the first innings, so I don't know how long he's going to last before he gets hooked. But of all the people, of all of us that could have a go at this, certainly be Liam, who'll throw himself into it wholeheartedly.
Yeah, for sure. Budsy's a try, isn't he? Gives his best.
Now at this ballpark, back to the cricket. Are we all of a sudden approaching a situation where this game looks like it might go the distance? The halfway stage, we felt like the Super Kings would be big favourites to keep their unbeaten record going here. They're in a bit of bother right now.
Yeah, isn't there? A lot hasn't fired, so they have to fire if they're going to win this game. 7 runs and over at this point in time.
I think it should be easy, but we haven't really seen any signs that runs are coming flowingly today in particular. 13 bowled, 77 for 2. We'll have double-header action today. Some Unicorns fans are getting in early. Should be a really good crowd that will start to fill the lower bowl of the Coliseum here. You should get down if you can. If you're in the Bay Area, come and join us. Experience Cognizant Major League Cricket in person. We're straight off to LA next week. 5 legs altogether. Should be a cracking contest. That'll be straight after this one, where the hometown San Francisco Unicorns will take on the riding high Seattle Orcas. How good were they last night? Brilliant to watch the men in green. And you can get those tickets on tickets.majorleaguecricket.com to come along in person this evening or tomorrow or Sunday, where we've got doubleheader action 2 here in Oakland. That's more like it. Finally, the shackles are broken and straight down the ground to the longest boundary. 1 bounce and 4.
Yeah, they'd want to capitalize on this over here. Will TSK. The off spinner bowling when Milind Kumar's batting, and he plays spin really well. Want to maximize it as much as you can. Bring that required run rate down. It's easier for against the fast bowlers.
Yeah, very much a part-time option, and the reason why I'm not sure whether it's the right one is Milind Kumar is known as maybe the best player of spin in American cricket. So it's favouring his matchup rather than using Corey Anderson a little bit more. Maybe Kyron Pollard would be worth a go on this surface.
Yeah, Pollard I think would be a handful on the surface because of how much it's stopping and bouncing. Yeah, oh, you thought he was only going to get 1, but the ball turned after its second bounce, as it often does. Onang Patel misses that, didn't read the turn. They've already got 10 runs in 3 balls now. Want to maximize. There's a great shot over extra covers. Just caught him by surprise there. He got into uncomfortable positions as well. Yeah.
And somehow gets through the long barrier, which you would think couldn't be penetrated. Is this the over that changes things? Right now, Milind Kumar is just toying with Tejinder. Chance here now. Has this aggressive running proved costly? Brilliant glove work. And the game may twist again. going to be very, very close. Let's
Here,
go
the umpire
upstairs to
director,
find
we're
out.
gonna run it review. Can we start with your best angle, please? Okay, can we just get a split screen on this one as well, please, RJ? It looks like the ball's hit the stumps first. Okay, yeah, we got ball hitting the stumps before the glove, so the batter's short of his ground. I've got a decision to the big screen.
He's got to go, Milind Kumar. Just slightly short of his ground. And yet again, when team catches a little bit of momentum, they lose it. Second time in this game, Quinny de Kock was just great with his hands, wasn't he? Ricocheting that ball onto the stumps, something that MSD used to do. That's 88 for 3.
Donovan Ferreira will come in at number 5. A marvellous effort in the first innings with the ball. The pick of the bowlers to the men in yellow. Can he finish things off for them with the bats? Just wonder, did Milind Kumar need to do this? He was dominating the over, but fantastic quick thinking from Quinton de Kock, pulling out his best Mahendra Singh Dhoni impersonation.
Yeah, it was quick work. He should get a couple here. Oh, send him back. Oh no. Call him back again and send him back again. Oh, a lot happening. Ended the over, 89 for 3.
I think a little bit of the confusion, the running between the wickets, is got a slightly longer outfield than usual here at Oakland. What happens then is that holds up a little bit as a consequence. What we end up with is a position whereby maybe the more conventional, faster outfield like we had in Grand Prairie, you'd expect to, not able to get back here.
Yeah, it was a heavy outfield, and the fielder came in a little bit from the previous ball.
They're the 5 batters used thus far. 89 for 3 the score. 39 required of 36 balls. Which way is this going here? What do you reckon, Robin? No doubt the Super Kings, well, they're holding sway, but it's just a kind of surface you never feel quite in on.
That pair, that's going to be really important for TSK. Don't know how much batting they have after this. Bosch returning into the attack.
Yeah, you sense this is a very, very big over. There's another fumble in the deep. I'm sure you played quite a bit with Mahendra Singh Dhoni, most famously that World Cup win, but what about this? Was this a bit like the great man?
Yeah, certainly like the great man, and but Quinny's got the same, pretty similar aura while keeping great hands, lazy elegance, makes wicket keeping look so good.
I think that's such a great shape, lazy elegance. There is just a suaveness to the way both these iconic keepers kept. This one's pulled away powerfully and into the gap. It's a good stroke. Rousseau's taken a long time to get going, but he finally finds his first boundary.
Yeah, great shot from Riley Rousseau. Pierced the gap as well between deep mid-wicket and long on. Hit the deck hard. Was ready for it. Almost a semi-vertical pull shot, almost a pickup shot in the gap. Much needed boundary. 34 of 34 required now.
Playing a miss as Rousseau charges his fellow South African.
Why? Beg the question, why? You need 34 of 34 and you're batting well. Guys are almost like the last recognized batting pair here. I want to see your team through. Flirting with danger.
Yeah, there is some batting to come. Vian Mulder and Shubham Ranjane. But you would imagine these two will want to do majority of that run scoring. Probably be Ranjane next, and then Vian Mulder. After that, it's the bowlers.
Yeah, Mulder hasn't really come off so far in the Cognizant MLC. Shubham, not as much as well. The previous game got a 49 of 36 balls, but should be wide. Hey, look at Winnie the Cock keep. Sense of nonchalance in which he keeps, where you don't really see in any other wicketkeeper. Seems so casual and it's just kind of ambling through, but he somehow plucks the most amazing catches and amazing stumpings as well.
Nobody in the T20 game has taken more dismissals than him. He broke that record here last year at MLC. And 381 that record he has, 319 catches, 62 stumpings. But it is a storied rivalry across all of the different competitions that they've played in, not just here at Cognizant MLC, SA20, the IPL too. If the Super Kings could get up today, it'll be exactly even, 31 apiece.
Yeah, it's a well-known rivalry, isn't it? Across leagues in the world.
Well, misses out does Ferreira. Gets us to the end of the 15th. Super Kings, 96 for 3.
.32 of just 30 required. 5 overs, 32. Should be easy pickings. There you have it, the match summary. Take us away, Lenny boy.
I think should is the key word there. It should be comfortable for the Super Kings, but just have a sense this one might still go all the way. But you look at the bowling resources, the unit that MI New York have on the field today, the 11 that is, just wonder, could they have maybe assessed some other options? Nosh Kenjige, and look at the man in the background. Why Shakib Al Hassan? Would he not have been a good option today?
Certainly would have been a good option today. This wicket, I think, helps fast bowlers a lot more than the spinners.
Yeah, this goes straight up. Fielder comes around and holds on. Sunny Patel, who does the job. You always felt there's still a twist and a turn in this contest. And it's a Garker who strikes.
Yeah, that's a terrible shot. It was pitched up, off cutter, I think. Seemed like there was variation there. It certainly was not cutter. Just very, very poor shot under the circumstances, especially when the team is not really doing that well in the middle order. But Sunny Patel holds on to it. Looks like it's game on now. Russo goes for 18, 96 for 4.
Vian Mulder to the crease under a bit of pressure. Chipped nearly back towards a Garker, causing real concerns.
Yeah, Vian Mulder is slim pickings this Cognizant MLC. And Rushil Garker almost snapping an up first ball, pulled a quick leg cutter, held in the wicket as it has the whole match. Interesting.
Mulder gets off the mark. Tend to agree with you, Robin. To be honest, I'm not sure this is a shot that Riley Russo is going to want to see again.
Yeah, that was an off cutter outside the off stump, and he's looking to play it over long on. There wasn't going to be much else of an outcome outside of this one.
Maybe even targeting a bit more towards mid wickets, and we've seen consistently again and again across the course of the 3 days this season in Oakland, cross-batted shots caused very costly. Just no pace at all in the surface. It's not coming on. Just wonder, can MI New York somehow get that required rate to become something of a factor? I know it's only 7 and over, but runs are not coming easily. The bigger question is who bowls the final 4 overs, because Agarkar's going to be finished after this one.
Oh, you know what's been disappointing to see, and is that the players know the wickets go like this, stopping in the wicket, and then just refusing to adapt. You know, on a wicket where they should look to rotate the strike a lot more. They're not doing that at all. They're actually looking to score boundaries every ball on a wicket that is hard to score boundaries in. You'll get the odd boundary, but if you keep rolling the strike over, you're not allowing the bowler to bowl to one particular batsman and build rhythm.
Fully agree. I think there appears to have been almost a collective stubbornness across the two sides to just continue to attack and attack and attack. Even last night, New Yorkers got a good score. They did so on the back of a good base to build from.
Yeah, I think that's because when you think about it, cricketers play cricket all around the world, don't they? In fact, Pommers and I were having a conversation about it. These are the 4 wickets that have fallen so far. Far to Plessy, first one to go. Pollard, deep, another one to Polly. Nice catch that was. And the run out of Milind Kumar from Sunny Patel and Quinny de Kock. And finally, Riley Russo from the kitchen sink, not getting anything out of it.
Your sense this game is going all the way to the final over. Super Kings 99 for 4.
Almost 100 up here for the Super Kings in pursuit of their 128. So, 29 from 24 is the equation. Asking is just over 7s. But Ferreira and Mulder, who finished off things back in Dallas together recently, are going to be up against Trent Bolt. Brought back to get a wicket or 2. It's off with a lovely bit of line and length. Create a bit more pressure, dot ball. And this is key. This is the 17th over, and it really is key. Can Bolt take a wicket and maybe only go for 3 or 4? Hello, Tom.
Hello, Dan the Man. Yeah, lovely conclusion to this one, and a game where 7.5 is not actually that easy, because in the quest to get these 7.5, they've got to try and go for a boundary. Works beautifully. For Donovan Ferreira, he's shown that he can hit 6s, many of them. And showing that off the back foot is quite happy with that. The length not quite right from the experienced Bolt. And it presents a comfortable opportunity. Yeah, lovely hit. The intention from Bolt will be to hit hard length, just back of a length and say, let's see if you can take that on and not make a mistake and not hit one straight up in the air.
Yeah, good luck. Foolish again this time because he was way too short and got met. Did Trent Bolt by Ferreira. So he's 10 from 10, and yeah, spot on, Palmer. A lot trickier than it looks in terms of the surface. Changes of pace, it's keeping a little low, it's grip diffraction. So Mulder's 1 from 3, and Ferreira was struggling there until he hit that 6. He was really battling.
And it is his way, Ferreira. So you know, yes, he's hit a 6, but 2, 3 balls where you keep him quiet. Yeah, good fielding. And then he feels that he needs to take it on again because he wants to be in control of how the game flows. And on here, not so simple.
We had the current bun, the sun, Cockney rhyme slang for those here, this part of the world. Yeah, the current bun was out. It was nice and sunny and looked good, and then all of a sudden it's just gone back in, well, most of the time this afternoon. Ferreira. Trent Bolt can stop those. Yeah, got 3 for as well. Ferreira. There are his wickets. It suited him, the surface. We're talking about it just holding in the pitch and knocked over Q to K. Quinton de Kock got rid of Pollard straight away. Done a hat trick. Yeah, all those little bits of flight and goal, that length. Yeah, Riley Rousseau. They'll be the bits and pieces, says Ferreira with a blowing of the kiss. Well done, teammates. So we've had 17 now, and there was 10 off that. It's 109 for 4.
10 off is a big over. And it just swings it again in the way of run rate required. It was climbing, it was 7s, 7.5 even, and now it's back level, if not the other way. So that was going towards the blue worm, the red one, and now with that over, it stayed above.
Cognizant Major League Cricket in 2026. Catch cries shrieking out here. Fab Friday with the weather still good. Threatening prior to the coin toss. Just an odd spit of rain. No, it's okay. And gloomy for most of the afternoon. As I say, the sun did pop out briefly. But it's not gloomy for the Pomster in his 50th here in Oakland. So we've got Bosch back to bowl his last. Trent Bolt has finished up, none for 34 from 4. So here is Bosch. Can he be the breakthrough merchant for those in blue?
And thus far been very good. Another remotely speedy delivery from him. Always high 80s miles per hour. I'd love for him to get a wicket.
Couldn't quite get there. But a handsome stroke nonetheless, this from Mulder. In control and hands fluent through the ball. 4 bits.
We speak of the difficulty of the surface, but you've then got to make sure you use it. Unfortunate, the bounce just bounces over his hand. But you've got to be right tight on the stumps. If you're not, it frees the arms. There you go, straight field. See how straight that man is at cover and also at mid-wicket. And the ball before is bowled wide, and therefore he can drive through the offside and avoid that man who's been put in place. With the slowness, with it straight, any little bit of movement, any sort of stopping in the pitch, and both the men either side of the pitch that you see left of picture, right of picture, come into the picture in terms of catching. That's more like it. Exactly right. Maybe pull the length slightly back from there. Dot balls are gold. And as we have less and less deliveries remaining, it jumps up each time. Every ball an event.
It's tightish, isn't it? Mind you, a couple of shots and it's all done. But also on the other side, a couple of wickets. Just creates a little bit more tension. Sounding bat. Mulder, and he says, look, Donovan, it's back over to you to finish things off in the over. 14 from 13. Crowd, a little bit more have come in, of course. It's fresh, I've got to say. You've got to dress up and get your hoodies on or caps on, jumpers, jerseys, whatever you like. Can he get a wicket here? Important ball, this in the contest from Bosch. And batted! Yeah, it's a good one for Texas Super Kings. It goes for 6-11 off this over, and suddenly TSK are 120 for 4 now.
Yeah, more than this one. I think the one before as well went for 10. And so 2 overs where it totally shifts, and it's that man Ferreira again. Ever so slightly full with a bit of width, and he says, I'm going to chance my arm. I think I can get all of that, and he certainly does. Teasing for Puran, but went over him.
Corey Anderson, solid fellow. He's created a dot ball, but Ferreira, no, he can play, this fella.
Yeah, what he does is hit sixes. So you miss by ever so small a margin, and he takes full toll. What also happens, Dan, you'll attest to this, is that you bowl at someone who you feel can't hurt you per se, you tend to be more in control of yourself. But if there's that jeopardy of, well, this guy can actually take you down and looks to and will be particularly aggressive, then you're under that little bit more pressure.
Slice, slice, slice. Oh, another occasion, and that could easily have gone down the sweeper's throat there, but it's not. The miscue of the timing from Ferreira helps him. Only 1 shot away. 6 will do it. 6 from 9. Mulder's hanging in there with his countrymen. Yeah, he really wanted to bosh that over. Sort of a straight straight extra cover. Going for that there. Luckily clothed it. Oh, sounded good, and there's Forsey. 2 required now from the Super King.
Sheesh, that's some shot from Mulder, who hasn't really managed to get going to this point. Decides, I'll take this on. I don't need to wait and have it go to the last over and make it even tighter than it already is. And he gets absolutely everything of that. Applauded by Ferreira. Now they're just 2 away from victory.
Timing. Cheeky from Mulder on the charge. 1 to go here in the penultimate over. Can Vivian Mulder get it done here now? It all helps too. You think the net run rates as we go deep into the tournament. Finish things off with 4 down rather than say 7 or 8 down.
Fetched. That is out of here. Way back from Mulder to finish things off for TSK in style. 12 off the final ball to make it 19 on the nose. And the Super Kings win by 6 wickets with 6 balls to spare, Pomster.
Yeah, pretty good chase. And then you saw with the way they went, over of 10, over of 11. Yeah, superb stuff. Managed to ensure that they don't go into that 20th over and get even more nervy than the chase already was. And Texas, with this win, retain their perfect record at Oakland. 5 games, no losses. That's their first run chase here. It'll please them that they've managed to chase one down. And also, you think back to the couple of games before and set a score that's decent, and it's been difficult for teams to chase it down. Countrymen, Ferreira and Ducott having a conversation as they shake hands after the game. Balls, well, that ends well if you are in the yellow. There's that record I'm talking about. A spotless one, a proud one. They've done well here this afternoon, having won the toss and bowled, and the bowlers coming to the fore on a surface that was a little bit on the tacky side, according to the skipper, and hence him using the spin and the ball just holding on there enough for Ferreira to take 3 for. We'll have a look at a head-to-head, and as far as this franchise battle is concerned, the El Clasico when it comes to franchise cricket between the Super Kings and MI. In MLC, it is 6-3 to the Super Kings.
Yeah, they've been dominant here. Cognizant MLC. This is season 4, and this is VR Mulder. It's a major chunk of this one. Yeah, very good. Ferreira says, yeah, you're done. Coach is happy. Mr. S. Fleming, involved with Super Kings franchises around the globe. Former Kiwi captain of the Black Caps, Stephen Fleming. Been around a long time now in terms of all this franchise and the development of it. Buff, he's a happy chappy. Won the toss, up front, bowl first. Won by 6 wickets with 6 balls to spare. Rightio, time to go sideline to Amar.
Here with Nicholas Buran, captain of MI New York. First off, tough luck with the game today. 127 on the board in the first innings. Did you feel that was enough headed into the second?
First of all, I'm going to choose us all praise and thanks. 127, obviously that's below par on that surface. I think we're short by 10-15 runs. But in saying that, that partnership in the end there give us a chance. That's most important for us. The guys came out and they bowled brilliantly, kept us in the game to obviously the last over of the game there. So, you know, well done to the guys, great effort. Obviously losing the toss this morning, coming from Dallas into this tricky conditions. But obviously we have to sit and replan now.
You speak about conditions, spoke about it at the toss as well. Do you think it changed throughout the day?
It didn't change too much, obviously. First half, obviously a lot of clouds around. Obviously no sun this morning, so there's a lot of moisture. And losing too much wickets in the power play there. We felt like we could really rotate the strike much. We can hit fours. We felt like we had to use our power best, and obviously that didn't work. But again, we're really grateful that we got 127 in board, and that gave us a chance. That shows the characters and the team, and obviously we fight till the end, and everybody knows what type of team we are.
Yeah, you talk about losing wickets with your batting side. It felt like you were unable to take wickets kind of in the middle overs. What do you chalk that up to?
I mean, I felt like we bowled well. Obviously, we didn't get wickets. Kudos to their batsmen. They stuck it out as well. Riley and Millen in that partnership. They didn't allow us to get into the game by taking wickets. So well done to them. But again, at the end of the day, we did what we had to do when it comes to the bowling department, which is just try to stay as disciplined and consistent as we can. And again, who knows in hindsight, if we scored 10 runs, we would have won this game.
Tough luck today and good luck the rest of the way.
Yeah,
can tell that he's a little miffed, understandably. Don't like losing, and losing quite comfortably in the end as well, because 6 balls to spare and 6 wickets in the bank. You got 38, 18, 22, and then the 18 and 19 not out respectively. Just sealed the deal. Makamala top scored. I don't think he's got into the 40s personal score. I'd like to see him get a biggie. Very fluent and talented fellow. Sajita Makamala. Yeah, let's see what he can do in the future. Keep going, sir. Only 22, I believe. So, very comfortable in the end. The bowlers, well, they needed more wickets, just didn't happen. Bolt, Bosch couldn't come to the party. Agaka, well, he showed his wares. Look at that, 14 dots, good stuff. 2 for 16, so he's gaining in confidence and growing. Another 22-year-old local talent. Sajinda, yeah, he was 1 for 29. But wickets with a key up front, as Nicholas Poran said, and they just couldn't do it. So a very easy win. Well, not easy, but easy it looks in the end on paper, with 6 balls to spare and 6 wickets in the bank. 127 for 9 was always going to struggle. So it proved. Did it 19 overs, 132 for 4, with an over to spare. Well done, the Texas Super Kings. Now, you wondered how they'd get off to, and it was really about the bowlers, and could they get wickets early, a few of them. Buff clubbed a couple of beauties, so did Makamala, until that. Buff just clocked one too much, and there's the big fella. Pollard in the way with those big mitts. Did it well, and Tom, I quite like some fluency here.